Hello, and welcome to Arbitrary 20, the show where everything's made up and dice don't matter. So,
I bought some dice.
Yeah, me too. I wish I got the memo.
yeah, sorry guys. We only flip coins now. You either hit or you don't.
Tails.
Too bad
You're not one.
That's it.
Too bad I'm broke. I bought all my dice.
God, that would be such a terrible, terrible day. So yeah, this is episode 5. We talked about it before we started recording, and I still couldn't remember. This is episode 5 of The Coming of the Dragon, and where were we? Ah, yes, the Pit of Despair. So, if we want to do a 5-word recap of last session, we'll go into the full one.
Found King. Got
Died.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. So, for the last several sessions, the party has been exploring an ancient castle that we figured out is home of the Notaku, which thus far has been a kind of a roaming hunter-gatherer kind of civilization, analogous to the Native Americans. And they figured out, wow, so this is the this guy is the king of the Notaku. They found him, and they were like, "What's up, king?" And he was like, "What's up? I've been dead for thousands of years, and I'm having a really bad time." So they proceeded to free him, which they thought would be a good thing, and he proceeded to, when they told him of their quest to destroy the last remnants of the evil god of magic, Umanoran, he decided that that wasn't what he wanted and proceeded to smack the party. In a battle for the ages, the party has been battling him for at least a minute. I mean, at least.
It sounds so pathetic.
At least. I did keep track of rounds, but I don't remember what round it was. I could go count, but yeah, they have been fighting for at least a minute, and just as they thought that they had finally killed him, driving him to the ground, even using holy water and fire to burn away his skin, just as they thought that they had defeated him, he doesn't have eyes anymore. He more has eye sockets. He rose back up, standing very kind of painfully, but standing nonetheless, and announcing that he is the Paladin of Umanoran, Oathbreaker. And that brings us to where we are now.
Did he say his name, by the way?
I don't
Just
think
question.
he
I don't know if
did.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I really don't think he
I don't think he
I
did.
don't think anyone...
He just did the titles and formality, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I said the queen's name.
I did get the queen's name.
Maeve, I believe.
That's the
Or was it the princess?
That's the daughter, yeah.
What was the queen's name?
God damn it.
Talna.
Talna. That's what it was.
Okay.
And then Princess Maeve. And so, long story short, if you guys haven't been keeping up with this, I recommend you go see the other videos. But yeah.
Where did the music go? I'm so sorry.
But yeah. So, just for a quick, I forgot to do this beforehand. Whoops. So I'm just going to run through you guys. So, can I just get a read on everyone's HP real fast?
Hold on.
47 out of
Skip
88.
me.
47 out of 88.
Skip.
Oh,
We don't know yet.
Give me a second.
We don't know
I
yet.
didn't sign in.
20 out of
You at
86.
one?
No, one.
You're at 1 hit point. Oof.
I think she's at 1 too, because I gave her a good rating. But I'm at 20 out of 86.
hold on.
One
Both
out
at
of
one.
86.
Hold on.
Keelan's in the 20.
Pause for dramatic effect. It's loading. Come on, internet.
Let's go.
25.
25 out of...
98.
I think somehow I ended up at
Oh, mine's
22
at-
because I
She
drank
might
a
have
potion
healed-
or something.
She might have healed.
Yeah, I seem to recall
I drank a
you
potion.
did. Yeah, you were healed by
Me.
Prim.
Which I will say, look, I messed up my Cleric of the Grave stuff, and I realized that because I'm a Cleric of the Grave, these two, when they were at 0, I would just heal them for the max amount of healing Like, per
Grave clerics
healing word.
automatically heal max
Yeah.
if they're if they're unconscious.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there's that. So I could have saved a bunch of rolling
Next time.
next time.
I'll leave it up to
We're
you
learning.
if you wanna.
I was like, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. And I went, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll for it.
We'll count it next time. But yeah, going forward.
Yeah, just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm at 22.
So, as this, now you know, this ancient paladin of the god of magic kind of rises in front of you, you get an inkling of your options, which is going to be me telling you what your options are, just so that we're all kind of in the clear.
Can it be Taka?
Yeah, you guys
Doing
get
the
a, you guys get a
play-by-play?
message from Taka being like, okay guys, here's
Here's a plan.
Here's your plan. We actually checked. Does Taka have any sort of? I don't think he can be telekinetic.
Telepathic?
Telepathic? Let me double check.
It'd be really cool if he was telekinetic, though.
That would be cool, but that's. I mean, being telekinetic in D&D isn't very cool. It's effectively like, oh wow, you have mage hand. Woo.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I think he might.
I think I looped him in on the bond, so.
I'm gonna give him. Yeah, if he's in on the bond, I'm gonna say that he can talk with you guys. So I'm gonna say this in Taka's voice, which I believe is slightly higher pitched and really, really fast. So in the split second of 7 seconds of combat, he's gonna say, "All right, guys. So I've been watching this fight very intently, and honestly, I think you guys are doing great, and I think that you guys are totally gonna win. However, we should go through our options. 1, we give the big magic sword to him. Now, this isn't ideal, but this is an option. Now, 2, we keep fighting and hope he can die. I'm not 100% positive that this is the case. 3, we run like the cowards we are. 4, we seek an alternative plan using maybe help from the queen. I'm not sure what we can do here."
Are we allowed to speak back to Taka in this very fast?
Yes,
amount of
okay,
time?
yes.
He said that in 3 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
He said all of that. And
So-
well, it's Taka. He does talk very
Yeah, that's
fast.
fair.
The question about option 1. I guess I should say this in Rokan's.
He's just like, why is your voice different?
What if he just,
That's not Rogan's voice.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
I
higher.
don't know that.
Okay, it's a little bit higher. There it is. Okay. What if he just kills us with his sword? Then we just helped him. And then about option 3, there's revenants back there. It's gonna be a bit difficult to run.
All of those things are just, kind of.
I am.
Well, I mean, Taka doesn't know. Like, he's
I
like.
am interested about this alternative plan, Queen.
So what
Okay,
are we
you guys distract. I'll ask.
We're just gonna bring around the mushroom stool with this guy?
I mean, do you have anything?
Huh?
Do you have anything?
Do I have anything?
I'll be nice and say that this is all within 7 seconds.
Okay.
Before we roll initiative.
I can.
Just something to distract.
We're operating at speed of thought.
Yes.
Speed effect?
Speed of thought.
Speed of thought. I mean, I have a couple smaller spells.
Okay.
Why don't I just... what spirits beside him are here? There isn't any in this room, is there?
None.
Yeah, that's what I say. We don't have any. I
It's
know.
just the queen, right?
Just
Yeah, but there was a guard that was there, but then he pooped out of existence
Yeah,
because
you
I
summoned
took
the
him
guard
there.
and he killed
And
him.
he
He probably died.
He used him
so,
as cover and then killed him.
Yeah, so never
Well,
mind.
I mean, he was already dead, so like.
So I can't do that.
That's the one guy who actually got sent to the afterlife.
Yes.
Good for him. Honestly,
Yeah,
we should do that to everyone.
you
That's
saved-
the
you
plan.
saved him.
Yep. You guys have saved one person in this castle. Congratulations.
You try.
I'm gonna
I kind of like that the song is kind of like a ticking clock.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's giving me
I'm
anxiety.
gonna try and
Yes.
cast minor illusion. Minor
you
illusion.
can't cast spells yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no,
We're
no,
just
no.
we're just deciding.
You
what
guys,
we do. Okay.
I am. So normally I try to curb kind of combat talk. I let it happen because I don't want to just like, just be like, no. But generally I try to keep it from happening. You guys get, a little bit
Okay.
operating at the speed of thought, which is,
So we're deciding what we want to do.
So, Talker, based on the fact that you have been watching us this entire time, which option do you think is the best for us?
Well, all I'm going to say is this has been a very interesting fight to watch.
Indeed.
Maybe not as good as I would be doing, but it's interesting.
Well, why don't you show us?
Yeah, what do you want to
I don't think that's really needed. But I think that if you keep fighting him, there's no way of knowing if he will just keep coming back. But he is looking considerably worse. I don't know if that's just the lack of skin, or if he's actually looking worse, but he's not standing as tall as he was.
Couple of questions, and I would like to make an Arcana check with this, just looking at him.
I don't know that you can make checks right now.
Well, it's just like observation.
Okay.
You can say no, but I'm just saying.
I'll
like,
let you make a perception check,
observing-
but not Arcana.
Okay. I was just either way. I was, like observing what we were doing. Does it seem like he's still invincible, and did it seem like our holy water and fire did anything?
Yes. Go ahead.
24.
Nice.
24. Well, just by looking at him, the fire obviously burned away his skin, but he didn't really seem all that phased. Yeah.
Okay.
Same with the holy water. It might have done damage, but
Well, did that just seem like an invincible phase of him coming back, or like some sort of magical effect going off when he died to bring him back, or something like that? That's what I was.
not it.
Or
That
can I
you
not,
can't tell.
Can I not tell?
You could even tell that with an Arcana check, even if you rolled high.
Okay.
You know what, guys? I say we give him the sword and see what happens.
I mean, we know what's gonna happen.
No, we don't.
He's going to kill us with the sword.
That's not true.
How can you be so
Quite
confident?
likely.
I'm not
Taka is going to say it. Now, I as the DM am not trying to push for any of these options. I just want to give them to you. Taka is going to say, well, he is a king. Kings are generally honorable people. Now, he then called himself an oath
That's
breaker.
what I say.
We
So I don't know how that still stands now.
freed him from his prison that he was in for 1,000 years, and this is how we
3,000
did-
years.
3,000.
My bad. And this is how we get repaid.
Wait. My vote's on the table.
As is mine.
Oh. I mean, honestly, I could go either way, so it doesn't really matter. We can play Ring Around the Toadstool, or we could probably... She's got mushrooms. It's not gonna be Ring Around Rosie.
I did notice that. I did like
It's
it,
not
yeah.
gonna be...
Alright, let me write that down. That's canon. If you guys ever visit your homeland.
Yeah, it's just gonna be...
This is just gonna be a mushroom.
Mushroom, just one. It's just one mushroom.
Why is it called a Rosie?
There's roses
I
on
don't
it.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, we could play that, or we could give him the sword. Maybe the curse lifts when we give him the sword.
Well, to be honest, I'd like to get out of here alive, so I'm
That
with,
might be the option.
I'm with Broken Man.
It seems like he wants to kill him.
You said you wanted to kill it? I'm sorry. I thought you said option D. My bad.
What is option?
The
Yeah,
queen.
let him.
queen?
Well, yeah, but we have to distract. I thought that's
Oh,
what
okay.
Taka said.
Yeah,
we
it was
distract.
like
so
you guys
we
have
fight
to
while-
not die.
Yeah, we fight while
That's
Taka
fine.
talks to the
Oh,
king.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not.
I'm
I'm
down
just.
for
Either.
I'm not
Enough
saying
of
that
that.
we have to kill him.
If
I'm
we
just
kill
saying.
him, great. Hopefully he comes up with another plan.
It's like, yeah.
I'll put
Yes.
my vote in that corner for now then. Sure.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I made the last decision to destroy the orb. I don't know that I want to make this one.
Right in the prologue, that orb.
You know, that was like 30 years ago, so I think you can give that up by this point.
It wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was like 50 years ago, but like, or
No.
40?
I'm pretty sure it was like
8.
last week. Oh wait, no, that
Did
one.
we
Yeah,
ever-
that was like 10
Did
years
we ever
ago.
figure out what the exact repercussions of that were?
What?
Well, destroying the orb was like the least interesting option. So, like,
Continues as normal.
yeah, pretty much. It, I was like,
fine.
I had this whole like branching thing happen, and it was like if they destroy the orb, like
It's just
nothing
it's
interesting
just,
happens.
It's just
so-
one path.
Yeah.
And the rest you cut off.
Dude, we're like the time
It
travel.
wasn't.
Takes
It wasn't
wrong,
that
nothing
bad, but it
happens.
was like it was this whole thing of if you destroy the orb, like certain things wouldn't happen.
Fair enough.
And so those things didn't happen, but there was no like way to know that those things didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be like, well, if you like your boss isn't going to be like, wow, if we had an ancient artifact here, you know what we could do?
That's the end of campaign questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you how that would have gone another time. But long story short, no, you don't know those repercussions.
Okay, well, I think it's been decided.
Come to a conclusion.
Good luck.
Okay.
Same to you.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
You have your several options.
Oh, so there was no casting anything in that like time while he was getting up, right?
No casting anything. We are now in initiative time, but I wanted you guys to have some time to actually plan. I don't know if you guys were using any sort of group chat in the last several weeks, but I figured no, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, we don't know what planning is.
Okay, I'm gonna change the music to
I mean,
battle
music
music.
group.
This, I got that, and I got that.
No, it's
No.
not.
And I got that.
Oh, okay, we've come to play.
Yeah,
They're not the
playing
worst.
now.
We're playing.
Wait, this might be pretty legendary.
What was the scene? We're playing
Might be
with.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're cooking.
The only issue is that.
We're doing stuff.
What?
Okay.
Some good vibes for that first roll. I'm happy with it.
Okay, wait. So there was some confusion about this last time. Am I invisible in this new risen form? Does he have more than dark vision?
I'm gonna go with no because I don't think he technically is seeing anything. Like what he's using to locate people. So like yes, but he's not using sight. It's like a magic sight. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with it's better than dark vision. So
Okay, yeah. Blind sense is better than dark vision.
I think blind sense or
true sight.
true sight. That's what I was looking for.
Then
True
yes,
sight.
he can see me.
I'm like it's the magic ones. It's the thing where he sees everything or whatever.
Why I'm asking.
Oh wow, 5e tools. This the free thing I'm using has a dice roll, right?
Yes.
I don't know how I got it. It was up in the screen for a second.
I was going to tell you that, so you didn't have to just take damages.
Well, I like the physical of rolling dice, as I'm sure we all here can understand.
Yes, we all.
Good dice.
I got a 17, by the way, for initiative.
Same.
Are we roll these or same time?
I'll say next one.
Mine's +2.
+3.
Then you will go first.
I'm so proud.
Oh my god. Ah.
Rubok.
21.
Prim.
17.
And then I'm
Leslin.
19.
Right, you were immediately. Leslin is a 19.
Natural one.
You don't even get to go.
Okay. Here, I'll punch myself in the face. And I'll just
Skip
knock
your
myself
first
back
turn.
up.
If I was excruciatingly mean, I'd be like, surprise me.
That's right.
Everyone else gets a surprise round. But that would be mean, so I'm not doing that.
5.
However, we can do like an actual. We kind of joked about this before session. An actual Dark Souls like thing. I would be very down to just be like a dick DM for that entire time. Be like, you died.
I'd be
sorry."
down. I'd be
Yeah,
down
let's
to have
just
some.
make characters.
Not here,
Let's
but
just make throwaway characters and we can do that.
Like I would cry and just go home really.
why does Will like this thing? Okay. Death Knight dude got a 15, so he's gonna go. Oh wait, he has a dex.
What did talk again? What did speaking to the queen get?
Yeah, right? That needs an initiative.
Oh yeah, I guess that does need to
We're stalling for that, so like.
Alright, let me look up his dex mod.
Dude, that would be terrible if we forgot to roll for initiative for him and then he was fighting for absolutely no reason.
Run.
Run.
Pretty sure his dex is actually pretty high, so I think it'll be okay. Wow, okay, never mind. He got a 6.
No.
For you.
You know, thematically speaking, that actually kind of works.
Yeah.
We all fight beforehand and he comes with a solution and say,
Well, except for Theo. Alright, let me just grab the order here so I can write it down. First up is gonna be
Oh,
Ruvok,
I'm on your hit list?
then
Shit list.
Leslin, and then
That's
Prim,
not any better.
and then
Well,
Rokin,
Yeah.
and then the
Wait,
King,
portable hole.
Yeah. Except
and
it's
then
attached to me.
Taka, and then Theo.
It is portable, and it's a hole. If there's a hole, there's a goal.
All right. Are you ready?
I've seen way too much Master of the Way. It's not even funny. Carry on.
All right. You ready? Round 1. Begin. All right, Ruvok, you're up.
Oh, boy.
We have
So let me pull up the map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know.
You guys
why,
don't
you
get
know.
a battle map anymore. So we're gonna deal an abstract.
We're doing it blind.
I think you guys actually repositioned since I used.
I know
this.
I was on top of him.
Yeah.
I was on top of
So
it
is
more or
Prim.
less, too.
We're gonna move out to just kind of like over here. Rokin, you're gonna be like right next to him. Prim, you're also gonna be right next to him. Are you guys all good with this? Taka is. I'm gonna put a dude for Taka in because Taka is now important to combat.
All the way to the top. I think it's only me and Prim on top of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone else was a little bit further away.
I was nearby, but yeah.
Can we move
There.
this to Will's side? That way I can see the map. Thank you.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking if
Further
that-
away. I want everyone to be honor system here, you know. But
Well, I'm just trying to think, because I remember the last thing I did is I kicked his sword away from him.
so you'd probably be about I would say. Well, it depends. Did you back up after you kicked his sword away from him?
I thought I was, since I was by the second pillar there on the right, I believe.
Over here.
Yeah,
that's where you
I'm
were
pretty
before.
sure that I was like make a 90 between Rokin and Primrose, and I make like the 90
Oh,
portion.
he
Yeah.
used my legal name.
How's that?
Oh, I used your full name. Yeah.
Government
trouble
right
now.
there.
That's in melee there.
How's that?
Do I get opportunity attacks, or is he like? Can I tell?
He
him
would
to-
get opportunity attacks if you move. But he doesn't have a sword right now, so he is at decreased power.
Okay,
That's true.
we'll see if I can finagle this. That is
Also,
correct. That is probably where
okay,
I
is
was.
that-
So I want to be legit.
I'm going
here.
on pure honor system.
I know. I
here,
want to
okay?
be legit here, though. That's probably where I
Where
was.
exactly did we kick the sword?
Away.
Away, so I'm gonna say like either this square, like in one of these 3
So
squares.
behind the three of them.
Yes, behind the 3 of you guys.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because I feel like you wouldn't want to kick it like in a direction where he could then go. All right, Theo, you were probably a bit further away. Oh, here we go.
Move
So-
this on.
Where were you guys?
Can you move the red dot back to where it was?
Yeah, just move the red dot down one.
Oh, did I accidentally move it?
You're good.
Right? No.
No.
Other way.
Yeah, other down.
There we go.
I'd say I'm either one step closer or right there. Because I think that's where I got down. So I just kind of stood.
Oh, then you would just stay there.
Yeah.
Leslin, where are you?
Well,
Are you
I'm
just there?
probably right there because I
Okay.
got incapacitated.
That's fine. I
They
just
both-
wanted
they
to
both went down.
like. That's
Yeah.
okay. What's going on? All right,
I
Rubok.
healed myself. Right there.
Yeah.
Round 1.
Okay.
Rubok.
Hopefully I don't regret this. I'm gonna cast web,
We're just gonna.
and I would like to try to get as few of my allies inside of it. So
You
like
should be
bottom
able to get one of
Rubok
us.
is a. Sorry, Web is how big of a square?
20-foot
20
cube.
foot cube.
You can do it.
It is a square, not a cube.
You know, it's a cube.
No,
it's a spider.
I think you will hit Theo, unfortunately.
Oh no!
You either have to hit Theo or Prim, I think.
Hit what? I don't.
Hit me.
Yeah, so you have to hit Theo.
You have to hit
Prim.
Theo, Rokin, or Prim.
Well, if he hits me, then it would be a lot more than just me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you hit
I was
Rokin,
thinking.
yeah,
I was
you
thinking
either hit
Theo,
Theo,
honestly, yeah.
Prim is your best options there. Yeah.
I was thinking Theo.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, brother. But
Alright. What save is that?
So that's a deck save on everybody that
It's
starts
a-
their turn.
starts their turn. All right. Is that going to be it?
No, I got more things to do, but I want to see if this deck save.
Let's start his turn.
Yeah,
It's the start of his
so
turn.
start of
so
his
Oh, I thought it was a
you
start.
can hold your act.
Well, it says
well,
they
that was
oh,
your
start
act.
their turn. My bad. I'm gonna bonus action hide with movement somehow. Either movement first or hide, whichever one.
Well, you'll get an opportunity attack if
Yeah.
You
and
can-
unless you disengage.
Yeah, you'd have to disengage.
Then I will do that instead of.
Because you can disengage as a
well,
bonus
yeah.
action, but you would not be able to hide.
Can I disengage? And I have enough movement. I'm 90% sure to get behind
You can
that.
get full cover, you just can't hide.
Yeah, behind that like third pillar down, or something. I don't know, like maximum distance, like 30 feet maximum distance, like whatever I can do, if possible.
Well, that's 20 feet.
You go the diagonal. Full cover.
One more down, I'll be happy. That's.
He gone.
I think you just went one square down.
Well, that's 30 feet.
100.
Well, I think your path there. How's that?
I can't see
it, but
we're wanting right here,
Oh.
I think, right, Michael?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Diagonal from the third pillar down.
As long as I'm somewhat behind something and then not perfect, beautiful. And then
I can also like scoop this.
yeah. So I did movement, all that. Good. I'm good. My crossbow's out for all intents and purposes.
Drawing a weapon is a free action. As far as I'm
Okay.
concerned.
I don't think I ever put it away, but I just wanted to
Well,
clarify that.
yeah. Switching weapons, I think, is a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna shoot it on over to Leslin.
I was gonna use Eldritch Blast.
Wow.
Go ahead. Roll to hit.
Okay.
She's
And I don't think he
non-voluntary.
gets-
This is like involuntary.
I don't think he gets any sort of disadvantage because it hasn't been his turn yet. I don't think he's technically restrained by the
Correct.
ropes. Yeah. Alright, roll the hit.
19.
That will miss.
Jesus. Okay, I think I get 2.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get 2 or
You
3?
get 3.
I get 3,
You
okay.
get three.
Yeah. Second one, let's see. Okay. Third one, let's
Bounces
see.
off his armor.
Ah!
Ooh, my
Oh my
goodness.
god! Okay, I got 2 2s. Anyways, we're gonna.
So you miss one, and then the other two just like ding, just like it's force damage, so it like reverberates through his armor. That's about it. He's unfazed. That is gonna shoot on over to Prim.
I'm gonna do inflict wounds.
Inflict wounds.
Because I'm right there.
Is that a save or a
I'm
attack
just
roll?
gonna cry.
All right, roll the hit.
Why is it that I just scroll past it? Here it is.
Initiate it.
Got it.
You're gonna initiate the cry action.
Come on, D20. 17 plus 8. So I think it hits.
25.
25, yeah.
25. No, hit.
Uh,
She's not doing the
Is
best.
that, did I read that right? 60, 10? No.
Did you at third level?
Yeah, 4th level.
That'd be 70
Yes?
No.
No. 2 levels or higher, the damage increases by 1d. 6d10. I don't have 6d10. Alright, friends.
Here you go.
Cough up your d10s.
Here you go.
I'm like swiping it.
Do you need any more?
I have more.
I have an E10. Not
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
no,
keep-
you
Oh, stop! It's fine! It's 2 d10s!
Okay.
No, it's okay.
I was gonna
I'll
keep
need the
it,
cursed
yeah.
DM 10s.
You don't want the DM 10? But I'm DMing, that means I'll roll it.
Oh my god.
Wait.
10,
Oh my god, my dice
18.
are assholes. Jesus.
It's a 6 or a
Goodbye.
9.
That's it.
How do you even come up with
It's a
6?
okay, 10, 18,
My dice
21,
roll
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27?
27 damage.
27, let me see if there's any pluses.
20 or 37?
27. Yes, I will move 1 to the left. Okay, return dice. Thanks, guys.
These entire 2 sets are going in dice jail. I'm done.
Oh,
So
I thought they
you
did good.
you cast the spell. How do you cast the spell? Give me some flavor.
I do ring around the toadstool, so I go around him, skipping, and then I pluck one of the mushrooms off my head and bop him with it.
Well, he is unfazed.
Oh,
However, he takes it.
okay.
Like that's just about it. Like I just wanted some flavor, you know.
It's fair.
You bop him with it, and you see like a bunch of like knife marks seeming to go into the bones
Bop
on his
it.
skin, but he doesn't even flinch.
Cool.
That's gonna shoot on over to
To the
Roken.
left.
Oh,
I
sorry.
did move 1 to the left, yep.
You did say that. I'm sorry.
Spiritual.
Roken.
And now I'm gonna move 1 up, so I'm flanking. And I will make my 3 attacks.
All right.
go. Let's go. Okay. 18 damage. It's gonna be bludgeoning this time. It's gonna whack him with pain.
Take it. It was 18.
Yeah. 19, which just misses, right?
That does miss.
Last attack is a 29.
Double hit.
Okay. 13 damage. Wait, that's true. This is an extra one. Okay, so 15 damage on the last one. And I believe. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay there.
Alright, that's gonna shoot on over to him. He is not happy with Prim right now.
He also takes a dex saving.
Oh,
throw.
right, now is the dex save.
Get webbed,
Oh
boy.
my god. There we go. Thank you.
Buddy's getting webbed.
I didn't say anything this time.
Oh yeah, bless him.
Hopefully it's a low number.
19.
Falls. Yeah,
Unlucky.
he saves.
He saves? Alright. Oh, he also gets advantage on that anyway. but-
Falls.
I could have made it this
He is going to punch
This.
Prim several times. Alright,
You can try.
he's going to. Does a 23 hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely.
Still got
yeah.
it even without a sword.
He's just punching me.
I know.
I literally just mocked this man. Playing a child's game.
That is going to deal 10 damage, 10 for punching, bludgeoning damage, plus 5 necrotic damage. He's going to attack again.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I just healed myself.
Healed you.
Hold on.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Go for
So
it.
you just took 15.
Yeah.
Does necrotic matter or blood,
No.
necrotic bludgeoning?
No, they don't.
Okay. So he's going to swing at you again for a 23.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to do another 15.
How do you want to do this? Because I just died.
He punches you and you fall over.
Wow.
Like you go boop and he goes bam bam and he's gonna turn around and try and haymaker Rogan.
Fair enough.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay, that is gonna deal 10 bludgeoning and 5 necrotic. And that is gonna be he might move. He's gonna move out of the web, but stay within. He's gonna try and get like Roken kind of as cover.
Alright, I'm gonna drop concentration on web.
Okay, so web is no longer a thing.
Let's go.
All right, and that is gonna shoot on over to Theo.
To talk.
To Taka. My H's and K's look exactly the same, and I have it as T for you and TK for Taka.
Oh, that makes sense.
And my H's and K's look the same, so just like,
Okay.
let's do. So, you guys, from one side of the room, you hear some furtive whispering from Taka, going, "Is there any way for us to get out of here? You see, we're in this really bad spot because your husband is like kind of going psycho on us. This is a very, very difficult position for us, and I think that we might die unless you help us. And that's really the only way we can help you." And the queen is gonna say, "Well," and then that's gonna be the next turn. So, and her talking to Taka is gonna be like the next little. You guys, like her initiative talking is like during the rest of you guys.
Gonna keep us in suspense.
Exactly. That's gonna shoot on over to Theo.
Okay.
Bring the heat.
For real this time.
I'm squished. I'm gonna pull out a squished little tart out of my back pocket.
Squished little
And I'm gonna
tart.
wave it in the air and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at him. If I have to move, I will move, like to the side.
Is that an attack or is that?
This is save, so as long as I can see it.
You can totally see it.
Okay. Does he have an intelligence of 4 or higher and
Yes.
skills of 4? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
It's a wisdom save.
His stats themselves didn't actually change.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Like his abilities first. All right. It's a save.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Please
He got a nat 20.
don't. Okay.
He's big smart. He got smarter without the brain.
Not only did he succeed the save, he made you a little bit scared.
Yeah. I laugh, I chuckle, and say, I'm in danger. And I'm going to step a little farther back.
It's of course when I'm DMing that I start getting all these nat 20s on the spinner.
Fair enough. I'll step straight left.
Okay, straight. Your
My left. So, towards the west side of the room.
west, yeah. Okay, how left?
30 feet from where I was.
30 feet from where you were. Gonna put you right about there.
Sounds good.
Yep. And that is gonna shoot it on over to Rubok.
Alright.
So just to give a little bit of a recap, so Prin, you are down.
Yep.
Okay, Leslin, you are currently fine for now. Obviously, Broken, you got punched in the face, but that's about it. Rubok is just doing fine. And Theo tried, but it's time. Let's get shooting over to Rubok.
Alright. Crossbow out. I'm gonna peek out behind the pillar, and I'm gonna just start blasting with the crossbow.
Blast. Crossbow blast. Alright.
Crossbow.
Roll
Bam.
to hit.
Roll to hit. And
Alright,
my
friends, out of the people.
Broken is within melee of me, so I get advantage.
Not advantage, but you will get sneak attack.
I get sneak attack. Right. Doesn't hit
What?
anyways,
Broken, is it within melee?
so I
Yeah.
get sneak attack. I don't get
Of
advantage.
you?
No,
No,
of him.
of the
Enemy.
Oh.
It doesn't hit anyways.
Okay, I got
I'm sorry. I mixed it up in my brain.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit.
Bonus action attack.
So I get my bonus action attack. Oh, I thought that was a 1 for a second. I got scared. It's I don't think 15 hits. I think he retains his AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Okay.
Neither of those.
Although
hit.
he can't parry like he could last time.
Interesting.
He has no sword, he cannot
that's
parry.
true, that's true, actually.
Okay.
He can punch, and that's literally, he's out of spell slots too. He can literally just punch really hard.
Okay.
And then
I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Until he gets the sword back, and then he regains, no spell slots obviously.
if you'll allow it, I'm going to use my familiar to go over to Roken's bag and grab a good berry out of it and give it to Prim. I don't know if you want that to be one turn or multiple or how you're going to
Okay.
roll that, but it can grab one item, which would be one good berry.
It can,
And it can.
what is its flying speed?
Give me 2 seconds while I Google that.
Are you using the owl stat block too?
Yeah.
It
it's-
is.
30?
It's 60.
60?
Wow.
So it can go, I'm going to say that it can go the 25 feet, 30 feet by all, whatever. It can go 30 feet to Roken, as an action, grab the good berry, and then fly the remaining 10 feet to Prim.
And it has flyby, so the king won't get an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
Yes, correct.
But it will not be able to heal Prim on this turn because Prim is incapacitated. That would take its own action to do
Force
so.
feed it, yes.
Sure.
That is, but it can.
Owl's gonna force feed me.
It's literally just gonna. It's gonna try.
I mean, you're in
Starts
It's an
jumping up
owl-
and down with
It's
her
an owl, so
chest.
it might have to roll for it.
CPR.
I have
trying
not
to,
decided
His
that
little
part
talons
yet.
trying to
We're
work
a
him
mouth
out.
breather, though, so.
Prim is not a mouth breather, first of all.
She's a mouth breather.
First of all.
That's
It's
all I'm
Canada.
gonna say is it can stand on top of Prim, ready to drop the
Okay.
good berry and go
You're like
from there.
Papa, how about
But
that?
it cannot feed it this turn.
Okay, and you're ruling the feeding as in an action, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll use.
Eating one, bonus action.
What if I chug on the
Force
berry?
feeding is an action. That takes a full 7 seconds.
Okay,
Minus movement or whatever.
Cool.
But, okay.
and that is. Give me 2 seconds while I do some brain stuff. I think that's okay Yeah. My remaining movement, I'm going to try to move like 10, 15 feet further away.
Further away.
Yes. I have the distance of my crossbow.
You can go behind 2 pillars down. So
Just like 10, 15
so instead of
feet.
being between 3 and 4, you'd be between like 5 and 6.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you guys see still, or do I need to zoom out?
No, we're fine.
I know he's there, but I can't see him.
But you skirted far away.
Well, I got
That's true.
lots of range.
There you go. Rebecca's right here.
Sounds good.
We have Broken, Prim, Theo, and Leslie. Alright, and that is going to shoot it on over to Leslie.
Okay, I'm gonna get somewhere near him so I can attack him with
You're
my...
gonna go melee for this one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Should be able to flank.
You
Yeah.
let me check.
Enough to
So
flank.
yeah, you can totally flank him
Okay, let's do it.
without incurring an attack of opportunity, so you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna attack him with my halberd.
Yep, and you get advantage
Heck yeah. Okay.
because you were attacking with flanking.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Ooh,
Okay.
so you drop your halberd.
Oh, that's
No,
an
that was
advantage.
sorry. That
Oh,
was
an
that was
advantage, I'm
before
sorry.
before advance.
Well, you just said that's a nat 1, so my brain was like, well,
Fair
No.
you can't hurt anybody, so
17 plus 9, whatever that is.
yeah, you hit.
Okay.
That's, you got a 26. You hit. I was like, well, shit.
So that's for my first hit.
Advantage
oh,
nat
my
1.
God. Yeah, it's gonna be...
That's a rough. It happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens.
You see it happen?
So a 9 for the first hit,
Yep.
and then I get to attack again. Also at advantage, right?
Yes. Yep.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes, that just hits.
Check if
Hell
you
yeah.
can crit them.
Oh yeah. That's a 13 plus 9, so...
Yeah, you hit either way.
Okay. 10 for the second one.
Oh, thank you. Giving me easy math.
Okay,
I
and
actually have
then,
my phone out here as a calculator.
That's the hard math.
and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my polearm bonus attack.
Hit it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm just gonna...
You said but.
22.
That hits.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's a 1d4
Yeah.
plus strength.
But
Plus,
attack.
yeah, okay.
but
But
attack.
it's a-
Yeah.
An ass attack.
6.
6.
There we go.
So you spin your halberd around, wham, 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 and it just, it's just kind of getting wailed on its, when it's not its turn, but it's having the time.
Yay.
And that is going to shoot on over to Prim. Make a that's
I don't know why my computer's not closing, but I don't want to kill it. Okay, there you go. Let me grab my stuff. Alright,
Oh, that's terrifying.
fine. Not TV.
It's okay. It's got
It has a plexiglass shield.
Oh, you got this.
Plexiglass shield plus. It's a break it.
Oh, I failed.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
One fail.
That is
Big yikes,
one
guys.
fail.
Get the tattoo out.
Also, I'm right next to the mic. I'm sorry.
All right, and that is going to shoot it on over to Broken.
Okay, I need to blow my
Make my
nose.
2 attacks
Gotta smack
advantage. Yeah, I'm gonna smack it. So I got one cocked. I didn't roll this one. That one? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. I think I hit it. Yeah. Okay. 28.
Hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
8 damage.
8 damage.
nice.
Same thing. 28 to hit.
That hits. Are you hitting it with a cane again?
So there's magical bludgeoning damage. 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yeah. That's what I got.
All right, you take your cane and whack it a few times, and again, he just keeps taking it. You can see that he's starting to, hurt a little bit, but it's more of you see that you keep whacking him. So he's got to be getting hurt a little bit. However, he doesn't really, betray any sort of pain or anything.
Well, he is a skeleton.
He is a skeleton. Emotions are hard for skeletons. That's gonna shoot on over to him. He is gonna smack Rogan.
Let's go.
Several times.
Show the tens.
Alright.
It's an action.
Rogan
Yeah.
does a 8 hit.
No.
Oh, it's like his first roll.
Does
low
a
roll.
21 hit.
Yes.
Alright.
If it's
That's gonna be 15.
Yeah, I go down.
You go down. Okay.
Fair enough.
So he
Fair
punches and
Oh
Rogan
wait,
blocks.
he's hitting
Yeah,
me?
you get a sentinel.
Yeah.
You do.
I'm doing the thing. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it's when. So I wouldn't have gotten to do the second attack before the save.
My
Well,
bad.
before, I mean,
Or is
I
it
doubt
when
this
it-
attack is going to kill him.
Yeah.
You just
I'm
raised
You never know.
Oh,
Yeah.
just the movement speed. Right. That's what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna do the
0.
thing.
0.
Yeah.
Is it just a regular attack,
I
right?
don't think it counts
Yeah.
as an opportunity attack in this
No.
case. But
For
it's a
him?
sentinel attack.
yeah, so the zero speed
Oh,
doesn't happen.
that's unfortunate.
You still
Yeah, you'd have advantage
Still-
because when he
okay.
made the attack, I was still alive.
Yes.
I'm getting a different dice. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm a
This
little
is
bit
important.
confused as to what's happening. A
Yeah.
little bit. I kind of lost track. So
She's just making a
you
hit.
get
Oh
to
my
make
God.
an attack, right?
Since he
It's
attacked
me,
me,
it's
Is
me.
this a polearm?
It's sensitive,
Sensitive.
but it's not going
Is
to
it?
affect the zeros.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I didn't
think this is
hit.
bad.
I
You
got
didn't
a
hit.
I got a nat 1 and then a 4.
Oof.
It's been cursed.
Yeah.
That's me.
Put that die in
This
dice
is-
jail.
That's
Alright,
my
so-
third one today.
So I go down on the second.
You go down on the second
On the
hit.
first hit.
Oh, well, the first
So
hit,
high.
the second attack.
The first rolls were
Yes.
Yeah, it was
And then
the
now-
false sense of
His
security.
movement
Yeah, right.
speed
False sense of
is
security here.
not
Look at that.
zero.
on our toes, not tell them our next move.
I'll look at Sentinel, but I'm pretty sure it's just the opportunity attack.
So he's now gonna swing at Leslin.
Okay. You know what? That's fair.
I mean, like Grim and Rogan. I mean, like it's yeah.
I'm done bullying him, so you know.
Does a
Jesus.
24.
Burn it.
24. Just barely.
Yeah. That's gonna deal 15 damage.
Jesus. Okay.
If there's any necrotic or bludgeoning difference, I don't think there is.
No.
I don't think any of us have necrotic.
No.
And then he is going to. So that was his action. He is going to move around Leslin and go pick up his sword.
His which one?
The sword
well,
he was fighting with.
that like
He still doesn't know
he,
where
yeah,
the
he
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
actually know
yeah,
where
yeah,
the full
yeah.
the
I just
AC
wanna make
magic
sure.
sword is. But he goes over and picks up his long sword. That'll be probably a bonus action to go pick something up. So he now has a reaction again.
Okay. To parry.
The parry. He can now parry and he now hits slightly harder.
It's all the anti-magic.
And that is
Holy
going to
crap.
shoot it on over to Taka. So the queen has, during all of this, the queen was speaking to Taka. So he's going to respond to the queen with.
Probably.
So all I need to do is press this button right here.
She has a panic button.
She's
she's gonna
royalty,
say-
of course she
Of
does.
course she does. Why then?
Well,
Bougie.
you'll then need to do the puzzle box.
Gosh.
And he's going to say, oh god.
Okay.
All right, and you see him press something on like the armrest of the queen's chair,
Of course she
and
did.
I'll just let you guys know, like a little thing pops out the bottom, and he reaches underneath and pulls out some sort of puzzle.
I thought you were giving us a puzzle box right now.
No,
It's happened.
no, I don't have time to do that kind
Oh.
of thing.
Laying there dying, Rocket will be like, you can do it.
No, this is all up to Taka. This is all up to
Well, it's
Taka.
he's big brain, as he says he is.
Yeah, it's big brain to the
Big,
test.
big brain.
Real quick.
And you
though,
know what?
Be
I'll
useful.
say all that would have been his movement and bonus action. I'll let him get one roll in this round.
Okay.
It's
Come on,
gonna
Taka.
be
Nice.
a straight intelligence roll.
He's high intelligence.
Watch him not be bluffing. He's like really good at charisma. Performance
He
checks.
actually is quite good at charisma.
Alright, that wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Jinx it.
What
Sorry.
skills are with intelligence? I don't have a character sheet in front of me.
Good.
History,
It's,
Arcana.
Religion.
Investigation. Nature.
Yeah, not really going to be anything I think I'll go with a wisdom.
Do sleight of hand.
check.
Perception and.
Perception, insight, animal handling.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'll let him do wisdom.
Definitely animal handling.
I'll say it's going to be an insight check.
Real animal.
He's whispering to the box.
It's going to be insight. He's going to get a 15.
Nice.
And so you
Okay.
see him like fiddling with this box, and you see like a bunch of crap happening. Like it's like things are shooting out of it, and he's putting them back in, and like stuff's happening. And you see it's like fairly big. Like it's obviously it contains something.
Yeah.
So and he's like pressing something, and then something else will pop out, and then he'll press something different, and it'll like pop back in, and like stuff like that. So you see that go on for a few seconds. And that is going to shoot it back on over to Theo.
Just to clarify with the DM, he could not see his wife before, right?
They couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
You're
could
right.
she see?
He can see her.
But she can't see him.
She cannot see
Yeah.
him. Or hear him or anything. She cannot perceive him.
That's true. Okay. I'll get within 30 feet of him.
Okay, let me shoot back on over.
How low are you again?
Just a little one.
Okay, that's all you need.
Real
20
quick
feet.
though.
So I'll step forward 10.
How's that?
That's fine. I'll step forward 10. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion,
Okay.
Let's go.
and he's just going to hear his wife's voice next to him and say, please stop this. Just let me die. And I'm going to back up.
Oh man.
Does Minor Illusion cause any saves?
It is they can use an action to examine the sound, and it's an investigation check against my DC to see if it's an illusion or not.
Okay, so
So it's up to you if you want to let him even entertain
well,
it.
it's not gonna be. Well, it's gonna be on his turn. Is whatever it's gonna be.
Yes.
However, on his turn, he will need to deal with that. So just remind me.
Yep.
Or not.
That's gonna
you
shoot
know?
it on over to.
Technically, I'll step back again, by the way.
Okay.
Just 5 feet. And he doesn't technically need to do it, but it's up to you, you know, how he would do it.
That's gonna shoot on over to Rubok.
Okay.
We are back up to the top of initiative.
You're still down, right? Okay.
But the bird is on top of her right now.
Yes.
Ready.
Yeah, the bird is ready.
Herb is gonna feed her the good berry.
Yes, as an action, I'm only gonna do this because it's a bird. It has to make a strength check.
Strength.
I mean, that's fair. Look, imagine
you
the
can kind of
talent.
see like where I'm coming from, right?
Trying to, like,
Is
open my
it not
jaw.
an animal handling check?
I don't.
Really?
An
It's a
animal
bird.
handling?
Animal
My mouth's
handler
not necessarily
check.
open.
The animal is doing the
I know,
handling.
but like you gotta like.
Everybody's mouth opens when they die, or when they go unconscious.
That's not true.
That's not
I'm
necessarily
not gonna
true.
say it's
I've
a
seen-
high strength
I've seen
check,
tons
John.
of dead bodies.
I'm just saying. And I'll let you roll it.
Yes, we've all seen tons of dead
Yes.
bodies.
It's not a high roll.
I'm gonna still need the best roll.
Yeah,
I can
they have a
get.
-4.
It's not a high. It's not a high DC.
You're gonna give it like -3.
Good vibes.
Is it in
It's
the
because I looked at
negatives?
him. I'm
No.
so sorry.
It's
It's my
Is it a
fault.
0?
a dirty one.
Ah!
I never said that before. That feels so weird to say.
That's when you say
Dude, the
flaccid
DC
one.
was 5, man.
I rolled a 5.
I didn't think the check would be that big of a deal.
It is what it is.
This
I'll
is
give it
big.
advantage because I can think of ways that a
Not
bird
that one.
might do this.
Not this one though.
Fuck you.
Look, I'm
It
giving
was
you
a 2.
another
It was a
chance.
2.
That one was the one that was sitting on.
I
a
can
20.
think of ways that a bird might do it, but they all involve a fair amount of strength from the bird. So
like feeding the baby
Starts
bird type
like-
thing. My God, with advantage, another 5.
I didn't look at
Unlucky.
it this time.
I wish I was a halfling right now. Or
That was a
something.
19. That's all I gotta
It's
say.
unable. It is unable.
This turn.
Yeah,
This turn.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll get there when we get there. I'm a little.
I tried.
It depends.
I
If I
gave
roll a
advantage.
1 here, it's all
I know
over
you
for us.
tried. I just
Do you have a good berry?
Genesis
I have
didn't
8.
really
Okay.
follow through there.
Alright.
It's all right. I still have
All
my
I'm saying
actions,
is, Leslin has a turn before
so
Prim.
True.
so where
I would incur an attack of opportunity. However,
She's right there with an arm's length.
you would be able to stabilize her.
Yeah, I am at
It
7
isn't back to
though.
when it.
so
No,
where,
but it keeps her from dying until the damn bird can feed a good berry.
That's true.
Yeah.
She only dies if she rolls in that one.
So I won 20.
Alright.
so where
Rubok, it
is
is your turn.
where is Leslin in relation
Wasn't
to
that right next to
Leslin
the red dot?
is in melee with the king.
She is. Okay. Give us another try again. We're gonna.
Use a different die.
blast. I have.
They've all been sent to
I
jail.
am down to probably, I think, 4.
3 of my dice are
40,
in jail,
20s.
and then I rolled
Oh, I
the
still have that
test
one. I've
roll,
been
3
saving
of
that
them.
for
You want my
And I got
spinner?
a 1 and a
No,
4
you
and
don't
a
get my
4.
spinner. I use my spinner in other
Don't want to
campaigns.
give you cursed.
Absolute worst case.
28 to hit on
You
the
hit.
first one.
This is
And
awful.
you
Yeah,
get
we can get
this is
bottom.
an advantage. You get sneak attack.
Well, there's no advantage, but since she's within melee with me, I get sneak attack. I misspoke earlier.
You don't get the advantage. You get the sneak attack.
I either get advantage or I get or I get them within range of the enemy.
I trust that you know your character, so I'll just go with it.
Yeah,
It's an 86 if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
8d6 plus 6.
You're shooting fireballs.
Oh, I see one.
There's this not happy. 17, 19, 21 plus
I really like that people
6.
advance their combat usage a while ago. Makes things better. What?
27.
27 damage.
But because I did that, I get to bonus action attack. Or bonus action attack.
Yeah.
That's the words. That's a beautiful number again. 28 again. This is good. I swear I don't have weighted
28
dice.
to hit.
28 to hit, yes.
There
You
go.
don't have weighted dice.
No.
We witnessed the
They definitely have mine.
duality of
zero.
man.
yeah, the duality of man.
Okay, and this is only 2d6, right? Yes. Yes. Balls. 12.
To hit.
12 damages.
Okay. All right. Is that it? Are you gonna move?
No, I'm gonna.
You would have had to kind of move to get out of cover, but you can move back obviously.
That's fine. When I'm shooting, I'm just assuming that I'm popping out and coming back in. Unless I explicitly saying I'm hiding, I'm just assuming I
Like,
pop out and
if-
shoot.
You should have had to move because right now he's in total cover from you.
I'm not planning on moving,
But-
but I have 30 feet, so you
Yeah,
can divide that as
then-
much as you like.
Exactly. All right. I was gonna shoot on over to Leslie.
Okay.
You are within melee range of the boy. He does have
The sword.
the sword.
Okay. Hear me out. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast.
As a disadvantage at close range.
Eldritch
Damn it.
Blast.
You can still just halberd attack.
Why did it stop? Huh?
You can still just attack with your halberd.
Well, I have the thing where, like, if I hit him with Eldritch Blast, it pushes
pushes
him
him
back
back.
10 feet. Yeah, the way I
So
can
you're,
move.
right now you're just pushing into the pillar.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
Want to
there is a pillar.
Curve your Eldritch Blast.
Dang. All right. Yeah, I'll just hit him with my halberd then.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Schmack him. There's a 16
I
hit.
thought that was a 1. Like,
Yeah, me too. Damn.
I was like,
Okay.
He deflects your halberd with his newly acquired sword.
Ah!
He doesn't like use his reaction. I'm just saying, like, flavor.
There's a. Oh my god.
that'll definitely
22?
hit. Yeah.
He will parry it.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay. It's fine.
Oh,
Can I use my bonus action?
Or is it different?
Because
You
he
picked
didn't
up
have a
the sword.
reaction.
Oh, I picked
right?
up the sword.
That
He has a
reaction.
parry ability.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he now hits slightly harder.
That would make sense.
Slightly.
And he gets a slight more, like, plus to his...
Makes sense.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
He's
use
now more powerful, there you go. But he still has no spell slots.
Gotcha.
my pole arm master thing.
Hit him again.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dude, how do I put my digital dice in jail?
It was a 1.
So 10.
That will not hit.
I'm so upset.
I feel like we need to, like, something. We're cursed.
I think we gotta switch up where Angie sits. Like, I think
so
it's
too.
that spot.
Let's just.
Okay, we can try.
I'm down to 2
But
dice.
she's not allowed to sit in my seat, just in case that's the...
The energy.
It's the cheese touch, but like with dice.
Yep.
Can I
Alright.
sit at that end?
That's
Off
gonna
camera.
shoot it on over to Prim.
Alright, friends.
Making a death save. Please don't do it on the
Okay,
TV.
wait,
I'm
hear me
sorry.
out.
That scared me.
I sit on the table.
Just under, you can still see them.
Yep. Yeah.
You feel like you're like the mom with the doily being like, no,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
table!
Only one roll matters here. Only one number.
The music is being done.
19.
Okay.
I
Okay.
It's
believe
either gonna be
you
a
do
one.
save.
Yeah. It's a fail.
I'll just get a little time.
Yeah, 19 is a fail. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
No, you do succeed. You have one fail and one succeed.
Yeah.
And that is going to shoot on over to Roken, who I believe is in the same boat.
Yep.
Do you want the small one?
No, Primus died.
Oh!
He's curving.
Nice.
Let's go.
And that is going to shoot it
Christmas spirit.
to the king.
Christmas in August.
Ah!
The king,
It's
who
always
is now... Oh no, he is going to... What would he do? Okay, what did you say? In the queen's voice,
I said, please stop this, just let me die.
he will say, as a... He's not going to determine whether or not it's illusion. He's just going to take it at face value. So as a free action, because it's an action to determine whether it's an illusion,
Yeah.
and that's it, right? He is going to say, yeah, I have stated, yeah, like, I'm trying to think of like a kingly way to say this.
Kingly way.
I will leave you alive if you abandon your quest to kill Umanoran, and you give me my sword back. That's what he's gonna say.
Okay.
He doesn't even know we have it, but okay.
I don't know.
You can
if
assume.
Yeah,
I think it's a fair assumption. I honestly do. I think it's a fair assumption.
I did never get to roll deception.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a fair assumption that either way, I think his big thing is, in all honesty, he doesn't like that you guys are after Umanoran. That's the thing right now. Like, he wants a sword, obviously. It's a powerful sword. But you guys are directly opposing his views right now. So he is like, unless you guys like abandon your quest, is it.
Okay.
And with that in mind, he's gonna swing at Leslie.
Ah, okay.
Got this.
He now gets a slightly higher buff to hit and does slightly more damage. Let me check and see.
Say
And we have to be somewhere in like
can send a
3
message
days
to
though.
him.
Oh, wait, true.
Soon it's going to be up to Rubok and I to decide this, so.
I'm
I
at
have-
Good
7.
luck, friends.
One
So-
more plan. So
One hit really is.
Oh, yeah.
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 I guess
Let's
we
see.
just say we abandon the quest and then we go talk to the dragon, see what he thinks.
On our way to the
Just send him a
synchronicity.
message.
Yeah.
We have sending. One of us has sending, right?
He
No,
gave one of
I
us a
don't.
way to contact him.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
He gave us a way to
You guys have a bag of sending stones.
Yeah, it was,
right,
it was
yeah.
a huge.
Okay, so yeah, we
Yeah, you guys have a bag of sending
We don't
stones.
need the sending spell, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, like, he was like, yeah, if you guys need to contact me, here's a bag of sending stones.
Okay, so there we go.
Because you can just use one, send a message, and then he has one back. Like, it's,
Makes sense.
like, yeah.
Okay.
I was pretty proud of that little invention that I'm like, it's too bad. So he's gonna swing at Leslin.
really just gonna tell him boss.
He rolled an at one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Lose the
Stay
sword.
alive.
He drops the sword.
Nice.
Okay. Alright.
Do I have
And-
reactions? Do I have reactions?
You got your reaction back, because it's been your turn.
Instead, I'm gonna say he used his bonus action to kind of talk there. And so he's not even gonna do anything about it. He's just gonna punch now. He'll pick up the sword next turn.
Okay.
Cast fist.
I cast
Fist
punch.
Can I kick the sword away as a reaction? Is that a thing I can do?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
As a reaction, him dropping the sword, yes, you may spend your reaction to kick away the sword. Make a fucking attack.
Hell yeah.
Attack.
Okay.
You're
Right.
kicking the sword, you know?
I don't know what I trust anymore.
This would just be an
Come on.
Leave the heart
unarmed,
alive.
it would be an unarmed attack. So just your...
Okay. I mean, it's the sword. I don't know what the.
Its AC is pretty low, Chief.
It's a.
It's a sword.
It's a sword sitting on
It's
the
not
ground.
even a magic sword, it's just there.
A 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kick
I
the
wanna make
sword.
sure.
It was like a
Roll
2, and I was
damage.
like, oh
How far does
The
it go?
damage is how far you
Okay,
kick it.
Fair enough.
What is the damage roll? Is it just.
I think it's a D4 on an unarmed attack, unless you have the
Un-
thing.
Mine
that
says-
Unarmed strike is typically just one.
Just a 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, typically unarmed
Right
strike
now.
is just one.
Plus
Your strength,
Plus
yeah.
strength.
Or charisma for you, because you're hex
Is it
blade.
just like
Well,
one,
no, hex
like
blade
one
is just-
damage?
I
Yeah.
think so,
Yeah.
typically.
I thought it was a D4, but I might be thinking of like monk
It's a
or
tavern
something.
brawl?
Unarmed strike is 1 plus strength. Yeah.
Okay.
My strength is +0. So
What's your charisma?
charisma is
It's
+4.
technically
Okay.
under the weapon.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
Yeah.
you kick it 1 square away.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
One
it is
square is one
now
square, you know?
like.
we gotta make him work for this.
It's right there. You see where I put my marker?
Aw.
It's there
Could I
now.
not kick it like backwards out of range?
That well, it's 1 square from you.
Yeah. Kick it backwards.
From where it is. I mean, it was in his square. It's now no
like
longer in his
like
square.
take it with my
He
foot
now
and
has
drag
to-
it backwards.
Sorry, Chief. Not with the
Okay.
12. However, he is gonna punch you. He got a 19.
Hang on.
Okay. Yeah,
Hang
that,
on.
that hits me.
Is that a hit?
I think
Yeah.
I have one last thing. I will silvery barbs it.
So he has to re-roll the second attack.
Yeah. And I'm giving Rubok advantage if I can.
He rolled an 8.
Whew. Okay, yeah. I'm good. I'm
He
good.
is now going to swing with his third attack.
Ah.
Did you apply silver barbs to that?
Yeah,
And
so
he
you-
rolled a nat 1.
Woo!
Let's go.
So he is actually going to overswing.
Is that 2 nat ones in the same turn?
Yes.
Damn.
Because I offered the spinner to Angie.
That's fair.
That's
yeah.
it, yeah.
You betrayed its trust. I
Betrayed
can't
you.
give you advantage because you're too far.
Yes.
I will give Tom advantage.
It's okay.
The king, he will overswing and have to spend half of his movement. I'm not going to say he's going to fall prone because he is like, you know, he's a
Sturdy.
king. He's 30. But he will lose half of his movement next turn to recover. That's going to swing it on over
I'm
to
alive.
Taka
Okay, he has advantage on his next roll.
on his next roll.
Yeah.
He's going to make another, I think it was a, what did I say? It was like an insight, right?
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, well, wisdom. Wisdom, it was a check, right? In the save.
Yeah.
Good thing you gave him advantage. The spinner is now rolling fairly.
Oh no.
He got a 10. I rolled a 3 and then an 8, and he gets a +2 to wisdom.
Okay.
It is going to. He's making progress. Well, no, the queen would be telling him. I'll give him double advantage. I'll give him double advantage because the queen's probably going, dude, here's how you do it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I rolled lower. Okay, so
Okay.
I tried.
She's not
just
good
unlucky.
at
He rolled a 10. He's making progress, but he has not succeeded yet. I will tell you, next turn, if he beats a 10, if he gets a 10 or higher, he will have solved the puzzle box and gotten what's inside, whatever that is.
We just need to last one more round.
Okay, hopefully.
Well, and then you have
the
to
bird-
run,
Hopefully,
you know.
hopefully the bird can roll more than the.
That's Michael, okay? That's not me, okay? However, that is going to shoot it over to Theo.
Do I trust any of these dice anymore?
Would you let me mage hand open her mouth and shove the bird in?
The bird?
His familiar in her mouth.
What's the
Or you
range?
could just take the
You could
good
just go.
You could just
Like, you
take-
could just move
You
there.
could just take the good berry from the bird. Then. mage.
Dude, you are.
I just like to
Within
imagine.
30 feet.
Like a whole
I
ass
can almost
I'm
go.
not. You don't see the hint.
You are 20 feet
Then
It
away.
just
Then he
gets
gets
shoved
closer to-
into her
That's
mouth.
fine.
But you're alive right
But
now.
you can do it.
Okay.
I'm like
I'll
down.
You're stabilized.
You would
though.
move 20
No.
feet.
No, you're down again.
No,
so-
no, I never stabilize. It's a one.
to the
It's,
point
I
where
have
you can-
one
you
fail
can
and
do
one
that.
success.
Yeah, I'll use my action, take the berry out of the
Oh.
bird's mouth, and just shove it
I
straight
didn't
in
realize
her
that. I
mouth.
thought you just succeeded
No.
immediately. No.
All right.
You didn't.
No.
So,
Forgot
on
about
Theo's
that
turn, he runs over, punches the bird,
Okay,
takes
alright.
the good berry, and stuffs it down your throat and holds your nose closed. And eventually, you almost die.
Yeah.
But you wake up and are now prone.
Okay.
You still have 10 feet of movement and a bonus action.
So when he punches the
Walk
bird,
back.
does it take damage? I hope it does.
No,
No.
he just
Thank
pushes
you.
it out of the
Okay,
way.
good.
Well,
You scared me there for
it
a
was an
second.
aggressive push, but
It was an
Wait,
aggressive
how,
attack.
how much
Alright.
do you heal by that?
one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I am walking backwards. I'm walking north. 10 more feet. Sounds good.
Take.
Like the dice
wanna
jail?
go
Is
Broken,
that
I
what's
believe you're still
happening?
down, right? Yeah. And that is going to shoot it on. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright, back at the top of initiative, Roken is the only one who is down. You guys basically have to last through this round to be able to escape with all your stuff.
See, this one likes me.
With the puzzle box.
With,
Yeah.
assuming that
It
Taka
is like
can
me.
succeed on a save with advantage of 10. But that is him opening the box and then you must then escape.
Okay.
You know, that does not include the actual escaping part.
Okay.
That is going to
Come-
shoot it on over to Ruvok.
Okay.
For me.
I see what 30 feet looks like from me. Please.
There's 30. Going kind of around a radius. Okay. So you can get within like melee of it.
It's not what
And
I
Leslie
wanted,
is still within melee.
but it's what I got. I'm going to use my movement to get to him. I'm going to use my familiar to give me advantage so that I...
You're going to it.
Yes.
You cannot flank with Leslie.
That's alright. I'm not trying to flank here.
Okay.
I got my familiar to help me.
You're still up, right?
And then I'm going
Can you
to...
familiar to the help
I'm
action
at 7
from?
though.
I
can fly back over.
Yeah.
Is it on? Oh yeah, it's on your initiative. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm gonna boom and blade his ass.
All right. Okay. Roll the hit.
And then I will disengage after I booming blade.
Okay.
I have advantage, and I get sneak attack from this. Okay. Well, wait, is that an attack?
Yes, it's just a regular attack
Just a straight roll?
with the dagger. Yeah.
Oh, it's with the dagger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does a 21 hit? It does.
That does hit.
Let's
fairly.
go. Okay. I get sneak attack from this, so it's
Woo!
been a while since I used a spell.
Smack him.
2d8 at first, and then if it moves,
It's
Takes
it's
it.
three. It's 3d8
Oh, it's
because of the
3d8?
booming blade. Yeah. There's no difference for thunder, right?
Nope.
So
Okay.
the 3d8, 66.
I don't think he has any.
Plus, well, no, it's not a magic weapon. Only plus 5.
yeah. 3d8. It's 66.
3
No,
is-
sorry. 5d6, you're correct.
No, 3d8, 66 plus 5.
It's 1d4 for the dagger.
Oh, my bad. I
Yeah.
thought you were using a rapier. But yeah, so 2d8, 1d4, and then 66.
Right. 1d4. 2d8. Where are all my d8s? They just were there. Now they're gone. There it is. And 66, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got everything.
What are you hitting him with?
Dagger.
Switching weapons is a bonus action.
No, I have a free hand, so I'm gonna bring out the dagger.
He doesn't use it.
Right, because you have a hand crossbow. Huh?
Yeah, that's why I did that.
There you go. That's fine. I just
No, you're good. I didn't say that. I should clarify that. Okay. 6, 6, 40 damage, plus 5 is 45 damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Take your dagger and plunge it straight into him, and he kind of definitely staggers a bit. He was already kind of unsteady, and so he definitely staggers a fair amount. He's definitely not happy after that one.
And then bonus action disengage. If I have any movement left.
Yep.
In any direction.
I didn't actually check and see it.
You have 5.
Like
You
that
probably
5.
have like 5 feet of movement
That's
left. So this would be
8.
15, 10, 25. No, you have no movement left.
Okay.
That is it.
Alright.
I think you can still technically disengage, but
Well, then if I don't disengage, then
Can
can
bonus action. Has he used his reaction yet? I don't think
No.
so. He has not.
can I
You can bonus action dash, but I don't know how good that would be.
just trying to get away from him? I think my alternative,
It may be worth staying just so she can flank.
I can't flank with him.
No, she can flank with you.
She can move, you're saying? Yeah.
She can flank with you, but
Oh, me?
that's it, yeah.
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 Alternative. I mean,
I didn't do that.
I have uncanny dodge. I'll be okay. I'll stay with him.
Playing with fire.
Yeah, I'm playing with fire. Okay, I'm staying.
Staying.
Okay.
I got hit points. I'm working.
For now. For
Guys,
now.
guys,
For
The
now.
only one with hit points.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm just scared. I don't want to die.
Alright, let's go shoot on over to Leslie.
How much of my action would it take to move the sword, like kick the sword over more?
Your full action.
Ugh. Dang, okay. Cause like, he has the booming blade on the guy, right?
Yeah, he can't move right now.
Ha.
Takes more damage.
Takes damage.
It's kind of badass.
Huh?
What did you say?
I said willingly. What did you say?
So he might do it. You don't give a damn.
He did take some attacks of opportunity last time.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I kick the sword or do I attack him? I don't know.
It's up to you.
It is up to you.
Yeah,
I would utilize the fact that I'm flanking.
yeah, I'm gonna move
Personally.
to flank,
You're your own person, so.
and then I'm gonna attack with my halberd
Alright,
again.
roll a hit.
I don't know which dice. I'm so scared.
Good vibes.
Okay, dirty 20.
Let's go.
That will hit.
Okay.
Vibes right
Just barely.
there. Keep it going.
Okay, let's see, and then it's a... Jeez, god damn it. Okay, so 6 for the first one.
Alright.
Okay, second attack.
Advantage.
Ooh, 19 plus 9.
Well, if it's plus anything, it'll hit, so.
Yeah. And yeah, no, so that was the higher roll. And then... Ooh, okay, there we go. 14 on the second one.
10.
14 damage.
Yeah.
Finish it.
Probably.
Ooh! Really?
What?
Maybe.
Can I just like swing the halberd at his neck and just like...
I don't think they noticed what I said.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did. Did you guys hear what he said?
Wow.
Finish it.
Oh!
We're talking about how to kill it.
I was only talking about the difference between Sacred Frame and Toll the Dead.
Rest and necrotic.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know he's resistant to necrotic. That's what
Yeah, can I just like swing it at his neck and just like... I don't know?
Decapitation.
Yeah, decapitate.
Yes, decapitation.
So, yes, you hit twice, right? So you
Yeah.
take your halberd, swing it around, slice his head off, and like punt it with the other attack. And his body falls to the ground. And just as we'll say Taka solves the puzzle box, and it falls apart in his hands and leaves a giant gleaming brass key in his hand.
He had to be
Perfect
alive.
timing with the music.
The puzzle. I'm kidding.
It was not a magic puzzle box.
3 seals.
It was a brain box.
Nope, not that
And
one.
so
Expecting to die that quickly.
I could marry you right now. I'm so happy.
Wait, are you still down?
Roken
you
is.
No, I'm
Alright,
You
Roken.
Roken.
can
down.
feed Roken a good berry out of his own pocket.
Give me a second.
I will-
He's
That will
just doing
take an
some dumb
action.
stuff.
Do I need one more death save?
I will.
I mean, Prim has a turn to do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Are we
kidding.
still in initiative?
Or are we still on
don't
initiative?
Okay. I can't
Just
fail.
roll for funsies. What would
I
it
can't,
have
it
been?
doesn't matter. I can't fail. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think you're fine.
You're fine. All right, so
So you feed me a good berry?
you
Thematically
slice his
speaking,
head off between
I
two
take
vertebrae
the
and
berry.
smack the head away like a baseball bat, and his body falls to the ground. The queen, who hasn't really been able to see this, you see is visibly crying. She is not having a good time.
Aw.
And Taka, on the other hand, is like, I did it! Oh, okay. Well,
What did you?
yeah. So, I don't know if you guys heard, but this big door, and he's going to mention to his right, to the west of the room. So there's a secret passage behind there. Below the fake treasury and in the real treasury.
What?
Alright.
Okay.
I just want to puke right now, so let's just go.
Alright.
That's, okay, so there's
And everyone make a quick perception check for me.
May I guidance or is it like reaction?
I will also guidance if I can.
I just asked if I could. You should say,
Sure.
okay.
Bruh. Sorry.
You said
Okay.
perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Good rolls.
Psychotics are calling good. That's good.
Perception.
That is a 24 again. Okay.
I got a 6.
12.
12.
6.
6.
14.
14.
13.
13.
Which is so
That's
surprising.
rough for you.
I have a +8. It got a 3.
Everyone
It was like,
except
fuck.
for Leslin. Wait, what
Okay,
did
so
you
it
get?
wasn't super
13.
high.
13? Yeah, everyone got above 10 except for Leslin. So, everyone but Leslin, as you look at the queen, you see her ghostly image begin to fade away into some sort of spectral dust. And after a few moments, she is completely gone.
Did she have any less final words?
No,
Oh,
she did not.
She's just crying.
she was crying.
She
Leave
was just crying.
anything behind? Or is it just dust in the wind?
She was a ghost.
Just dust.
Yeah.
Good song.
Prim, you see some guards stumble out of one of the rooms down to basically the southeast. I don't think you guys ever went in there, but he
No.
stumbles out.
Ghost guards or like human?
Ghost guards.
Okay.
Stumbles out and falls to the ground and is like looking at himself turning into dust.
Oh, God.
And
They got snapped.
They did get snapped.
yeah.
They're being sent to the afterlife.
Probably.
Can we see
right?
what's happening to the
Yeah, do
king
we see
with
this
no
or is
name?
it still just her with those?
Hmm?
Do we see that or is it still
No.
just her with those?
Just
Okay.
the piles
With
of
those.
dust.
We just saw the
Oh,
queen, right?
it was just her? Okay.
It's just me.
You just
She
saw
can
the,
see this
right.
purple.
She saw the guard, but we saw the queen.
Yep.
All right, I'm on track now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think we should really go. I've almost died, and I've died like 12 times, so.
I think everything is going back to normal.
Doesn't that mean that this castle disappears then?
Funny that you mentioned that.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Can I
We
see?
gotta go fast.
You begin hearing a rumbling.
Okay, let's go.
Like legitimately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we get some combat music, please?
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry.
So you begin hearing a rumbling.
Can I
It's
quickly
the
look
castle.
back and see the
Taka,
king?
let's go.
Can I quickly
It
look
starts
back and see
hobbling.
what the
It's like,
king
please.
did with the queen?
It's
Just
so
him?
loud.
He did not.
Oh, so he's just still sitting there
He's
headless?
still there.
Okay.
I mean, he's like on, like he's not like moving or anything, but like he's like his body is still there.
right.
His
Okay.
head is like several feet away.
Yes, his head is
Okay.
several like yards
What the
away.
heck?
I take the head.
Yeah.
It's just a skull on that one, right?
That's a trophy.
I know you said combat music. Is there enough time to
This is the person who comes from a planet of no violence, right? Yeah.
He has spent
investigate?
10 years in war.
That's fair.
Oh, it changes big.
Yes, he does.
It really does. Is there enough time to, like, not necessarily look at his body and, like, look through it? If that makes... I mean, wait, he's still a skeleton, but he doesn't have clothes, right?
Yeah, he has armor.
He has armor. Is there anything attached or tucked into
Well, we're now in initiative time.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Roll again?
I realize that.
Nataka told us we want to go in the secret passage.
Well, so as all the ghosts are fading away, immediately the castle begins rumbling, and you see the dust begin shaking from the ceiling as the supports of the room, all of the stone columns, begin cracking under the weight of 3,000 years all at once. Let's roll initiative. Taka will roll as well.
Oh. That sounded that key.
My turn.
Okay, hold on. The music is being dumb. Let me see if I can fix it. No, that's not.
All right.
Who's that?
Rubok.
11.
Grim.
8.
Leslin, did you roll initiative yet?
13.
Theo.
15.
Where did it go?
Broken.
Oof.
You will.
Total of 4.
Yeah.
Too
Okay.
busy picking up the head.
Yeah, that's fine.
The picking up of the head is going to be initiative time as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can, but I don't know if you want to give yourself even more of a.
I get bonus speed on my first.
Okay, so Broken got a 4, you said, and then Taka got I believe a 13. What's your dex mod, Leslin?
Dex is +1.
Okay, so Taka will go first. So it's gonna be Taka, Leslie. Oh no, Theo first. I'm sorry.
7.
Because you got a 15, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be Theo, Taka, Leslin, Rubok, Prim, and then Broken.
Like I'm
And
on
Taka's
swap
like,
initiative.
Taka's like right next to that door already.
Yeah. So.
What is this one?
So Taka is going to run over to the door, and
Was Taka go first?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Theo went first. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's actually really good.
I'll prepare my action to dash through the door.
Okay. As soon as it's
As
open.
soon as it's open. And
Alright.
I'll move closer to the door, 30 feet. Should be pretty
You don't
close.
really need to hold actions for going through it. I mean, you can hold your movement, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
can hold the dash.
So I'll just hold to move through it. Then I'll stay out of his way, so wherever. Yeah.
He'll be right there. He's gonna go next.
Sounds good.
He's gonna go and use his action to open. And Theo, you immediately see chests, plural,
Okay.
full of stuff.
Just told us this was the fake one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys are all in the same spot that you were in. You guys didn't really move. So his body is where the red dot is, and his head is gonna be like right there.
She did cleave it off.
She did cleave it off
Yeah,
and hit it like a baseball bat with a friggin' halberd.
Yeah.
So Ruvak, you are the closest. Ruvak. Roken, you're yeah.
Rubok, this is the closest.
Ruvak, you are the closest. I'm not saying that you should.
I was just kind of meaning that.
To the head? You're saying?
If you want to.
Well, we've all get something out of
Putting
this.
that in the pocket dimension would probably ensure he'll come back. But
Also use it for
Is the sword not in the pocket
The
dimension?
talking
persuasion.
I gave. Oh, that's true.
I was
Putting
like,
his head in the same sword is okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. We should
let's
probably
not
just
do
leave
that.
I hadn't even thought of that.
You
That'd be nuts.
got a good point.
I was like, wait a minute.
You guys are in initiative time. You have about 3 seconds.
Well, who's next?
It's gonna be.
You haven't even told
Oh,
us.
so okay, yeah. I'm gonna start running towards the door.
All right. You're just gonna dash.
Yeah.
You put me through the door too.
Yeah, he moved.
Oh, yeah,
he
you-
held the 30 feet.
Yeah, you held 30 feet of movement. So it's gonna be like 10 to get there, and it is pretty dark in here. So I'm gonna need you. You can get another 20 feet in, so you can get to there.
You got dark.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Plus battle phase 3. If
You
we put it in
may,
the pocket dimension.
I need you to make a perception check. You don't see a way out immediately.
You have
I
the
probably
like
won't.
23 passive perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
9. So
9.
probably not.
You do not see a way out through here.
My perception's like
That's
so
gonna
good.
shoot it on over to.
Which makes sense.
Leslie, you
Accurate.
never moved.
I said I was.
Well, he held his action, so. Are
Okay.
you just gonna dash?
Yeah.
You are gonna make it into the room. Make a perception check.
Jesus. My
Wait,
bad.
what is it?
What
Is that
was-
20?
It was a 10.
Oh.
We don't
On
count
the
those.
dice tray.
It got stuck.
Wait, it got stuck in the tower?
You said perception?
Yep.
Okay, I got a 10.
You do not see a way out.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So as far as you guys are concerned, this is a dead end right now.
Okay.
That's gonna shoot it on over to Rubok.
I think Taka might have died.
Bonus action dash. 60 feet.
60 feet.
I don't think we worried about picking it up.
Above the head?
No. Yeah.
No.
Put you right there.
Why? Okay.
So you make it in. Make a perception check.
Perception.
It's fine, I'll just make it in. It'll be alright.
Probably gonna
Roll 9.
Dirty
You can
20.
move to the side. You see a trapdoor in the far corner of the room, hidden beneath a chest.
Oh, it's over there.
Wait, a trap door. Oh, not a
Trap
trapped door, a
Taka
trap
probably
door.
needs-
Like a
Like a
trap.
trap door.
Taka probably needs to unlock that one.
It might be a way out.
I'll see.
I don't have enough movement to run over.
No. Okay. That's gonna shoot it on over to Prim.
I'm gonna dash.
Really?
Creative.
I know. After somersaults in there,
original.
you know.
You can make it a pretty decent way in. I'm gonna say that you just make it past Taka.
Just weaving away.
Yeah. We'll put you right there so that we're not making a line. And that is going to shoot it on over to Roku.
So I get 10 feet on the first, 10 feet extra on the first round of initiative, so I can dash and get 70.
Yep.
However far that puts me.
Okay, 70.
I'm not gonna worry about the skull. I'll get as close to that trapdoor as I can. I'm not getting in the way of Taka because
yeah,
I
it
assume
is-
he has to unlock it.
It is right there.
Okay.
Could you center the room on the map? Please and thanks. Thank you.
All right. So at the top of initiative, the castle has begun shaking very, very difficult, or like it's
Violently?
I'm sorry, violently. Yeah, it's his brain, and things are now falling from the floor above you. So as you guys move, in this case, the ceiling will be caving in, and you must make a dex save to even make it to the trapdoor. And then your action will be going into the
Hold on,
next
let me-
floor beneath you. That is going to shoot it on over to Theo. Make a dex
Not
save.
looking.
Good
Not
vibes.
looking.
Good
Very
vibes.
What do you
crazy.
think that is? Wait, it's like
16.
16. You succeed and are able to make it.
I think it's a
You are
20 or
able to
14.
move if you would like. I'm gonna say. I don't know if you want to hold your
It's
action.
nice talk. It does look like a
Does,
It looks calm, Thomas.
It
I'll run
does.
through the
right?
trapdoor.
Wait,
Does
hold on,
it
let's
look
put it down.
locked?
It's
Looking
not
at it?
locked.
Just
No.
like, no.
She's at 20.
I'll try and
It's
open
a
it.
20.
then.
It does not open by just opening it.
Nat
However,
20.
make a strength check.
I'm good at those.
Yeah.
So as you take it and just throw it into the ceiling. Bam! This way! And because you rolled a nat 20,
Yeah.
you may descend if you so choose.
Okay, I'll use whatever 10 feet of movement to descend. I'll jump down.
And I'll say you land. Alright. You make it to the next floor. That is going to shoot it onto Taka. I'm going to delete your token because you're
Yes.
in that floor. Taka is going to see. Does he have 30 feet?
He's got 15. What does he got?
It takes his action to go down.
Takes an action to go down. Holy
Yes.
shit.
He is going
Okay.
to run as far as he can by dashing. Okay, let me check his speed. I'm pretty sure it's just 30, but I'm not really check.
Is that like a Misty Step bonus action?
He actually has slightly better speed than him. He can use his action to drop. So you see this man zooming faster than you've ever seen him run before. And he has to make the dex save. Oh, duh.
That's bad rolling.
Do it in a pinch.
That's true.
He will not make the dex save. He will be unable to move.
Poor Taka.
Okay, so like stuck at the door, or you can't go down the ladder.
So he is stuck.
On the ladder?
Okay,
Meaning,
well, yeah,
as he
on the-
begins
okay, at the
moving,
door, okay.
as he begins moving, a piece of the ceiling falls onto him, and he doesn't take any damage because I'm not counting it. But he will drop to the ground and will need to use his full movement to get back up again. That is going to shoot it on over to Leslie.
Can I try assisting him?
Well, dex save I do that first.
You have to make
Oh.
a dex save first, so you
Okay.
can be able to move.
Is that thing off of there, potentially?
Eldritch blasted.
Actually, go down.
Woo! For what? Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20, you succeed the save.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can I go run over and try and
You may
on
use
your
your
way.
action to help him.
yeah, I'm gonna
You're going to
help.
go into the doorway. That is going to, it's going to be a strength check.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my
Pretty good roll.
Did you look?
Yeah, after
13.
after she removed her
13.
hand.
You successfully help Taka, and he will not need to spend the rest of his movement next turn or doing anything like that. But
Okay.
you will now both need to make another save next turn. You may
Okay.
still move. But you cannot go down the ladder.
Yeah, can I move as far back towards the ladder as I can?
Used 5 feet of movement, so you have 25 left. That can put you next to Rogan.
Okay, I'm good with that.
That is going to shoot it on over to Rubok. I'm sorry, I misread my notes. Rubok.
Run.
Run.
I said run.
Make a dex save.
Dex save.
I already made my deck save. but
Really
still.
good at those.
You are really good at
Yeah.
this.
No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna look.
I'm looking.
I'm
No,
not
don't you
gonna...
get evasion? Isn't that a thing? No, that's not saves,
Well,
is it? Oh, it's damage.
Evasion has to do with damage.
Yeah, never mind. Go
if
ahead.
they require, yeah.
You should be fine. Remember.
13.
You succeed.
Nice.
Ooh,
Barely.
You rolled like a 2.
I rolled a 4.
I will let you know, you barely succeeded.
Okay.
But that's all I'm going to tell you about the DC.
We found the C. Did these?
You are
we
able to
found the
move,
DC guys.
and you are able to use your action to drop down onto the next floor. Do you do so?
I drop.
Hello there.
I'm going to General move. That is going to shoot it on over to Grim.
I got a nat 20.
On your dex save. You may, I mean, at that point, you like kick away some ceiling, you like do a backflip.
Parkour!
And you're able to make it down.
Yeah.
Just fine. And I will say that you will. I want to reward you for your nat 20. I just don't really know how to do so.
Take one of us down with her.
I could take.
I'll say you can take. You're too heavy.
Taka, look.
He's too far.
Oh, yeah, he's
You know what?
Could
You
you
know
pull
what?
Taco
I will
over
double
here?
your movement.
Yeah.
I'll let you,
Wow.
if you so choose, you may. Or you can like
I think
help
she
Taka.
could
if
drag
you want.
Taka.
You
Sure.
can drag Taka at half speed,
Yeah.
and that doubling your movement, that will get Taka over to about where Rogan is.
Solid. No
Before you drop
NPC
down.
left behind.
He's gonna be like, I didn't even see it. Normally I'm good at that. That was nuts. That's gonna shoot him over to Rogan.
I'm like right next to it already, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
But I need the dex save.
Yes.
Grimbus.
Oh.
Grimbus.
Did you just get that one?
4.
Oh.
That will fail, and a ceiling will fall on you.
So I can't move?
You cannot move.
Can I use my action to like push it off and get up, and then that's my full turn?
Yes.
Okay. Strength
It's gonna be a
check.
strength check.
Okay. +0, so 15.
15, you successfully get the piece of ceiling off of you, but you have been stalled. That is going to shoot it on
I
over.
assume I'm prone to.
Yes. No, like that will say that your turn was effectively
Pushing it off. and
action
getting out.
plus getting up.
Okay.
That is actually going to shoot it on over to Theo. Do you mind if we? I mean, I can pull up the.
You can keep the map. Can I look around the room?
Let me pull up the bottom and.
There's a whole new one?
Yes.
A whole new world.
So when you drop down, I'm going to make your token produce light. There is no light down there. It's just so that I can see because my screen's dark.
I have dark vision, so. There it is.
So Theo, you're going to drop down. We're going to shoot on over to here, and you see.
Wow, that's a really like the pixels are just so good.
Well, this was a different room, so but your tokens are still there because I never moved them.
Oh, I was wondering what that
You are over here.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Is that the crown jewel?
So obviously you see a hell of a lot of gold.
Yeah.
You are down there, and you see, but you don't see another way out.
Start grabbing that.
I'm going to use my turn to look around the room.
Okay, make a perception check.
Can
And I'll say
can
that
I
you
guide
move-
myself because I'm doing this on purpose?
Yeah, sure. And I'll say that you move kind of towards the middle of the room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Uh, 26.
26. The painting on the west side of the room looks odd to you. And that's going to shoot it over to Taka. So we're going to go back.
You're gonna hear in your head. I'm a big fan of art.
So Taka is going to use his movement.
Is this
and-
really
oh,
a
he needs
time
make a
to
dex
talk
save.
about art?
Aside from that,
You never made a dex save. I'm sorry, I need you to make a dex save.
even downstairs.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
It is actually going to be harder downstairs because there are more
gosh.
floors coming down on top of you down there.
That's fair.
I got a
So,
nat
but you got
20.
a nat 20.
Yeah.
I will say
One
this,
gold in
with
that
your
one.
nat 20, you have time to pick up an article of treasure. A random article of treasure that you don't get to look at because I'm going to roll it later.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. But you have enough time to go to a pedestal and just snoop
Okay.
into your bag. So remind me about that on
I
the
have it written down.
Alright, Matt is going to shoot it over to Taka. He is going to make a dex save. He's going to succeed this time. And he is going to run down and use his action to drop. So he's still going to have 20 feet of movement when he gets down there. So I'm going to actually shoot back on over. And put Taka right there. Okay. That's going to shoot it back on over to you. And that's going to be Leslin.
Okay.
Make a dex save.
Yeah. I'm scared.
You got this. You got this.
Nat 20.
Let's
You
go.
succeed.
First one of the night.
You pulled me down.
Okay.
That means that you get to drop down the ladder as a free action in this game.
Okay, you're too big.
You're too thick.
Yeah.
Too big.
Just help action.
You're too thick.
So you get another 20 feet of movement and an action when you get down here.
Can I also grab a random thing?
Do you want that to be your action?
That's better
you,
than helping me.
You don't see a way out of here.
I did say art looking weird down here.
No,
You
you
did
said
say that-
yeah.
no. You said you're a big fan of art.
I
You
did
said
say
you're a
I'm
big
a big
fan
fan
of
of art.
Yeah,
You do see a painting.
that's all you said.
Well, I'm gonna look at the painting, but I'm also gonna grab a random thing. Can I like?
To be fair, you let him.
How hard are you?
We also just assumed Taka knows because he was talking to the queen. Right?
That's
Like-
Yeah, I guess he would have moved closer to the painting then. Yeah, because he would know. But he didn't get an action, so you may use your 20 feet of movement to grab another random piece of treasure or
Heck
look
yeah.
at the painting.
Grab a random piece of treasure.
Okay. That is going to shoot it on over to
Ooh, shiny.
Rubak. You made it down, didn't you? But that was the end of your movement. That's what it was. Rubak, you are down here as well. You have 30 feet of
Dice.
movement plus an action.
Good dice.
Make. Oh shit! I've been forgetting dex saves. Make a dex save.
I remember.
She got things. She
I-
got
I-
that.
Right, because she had that. Yeah, make a dex save. The DC is now higher.
18.
18. You still succeed, but now you notice that things coming down are much harder. You will take damage
They are wrong.
if you get hit when you are down here.
Issues.
that is going to shoot it on over to Prim.
Do I get a chance
Prim,
to
you
give
made
it
it down, didn't you? Make a dex save.
You should.
Do I get
Just
a,
made it,
Will, do I get a chance to do
No, it's
something
okay.
besides movement?
just got to roll a 13.
You're good.
I got a +2.
You let Lucas do
14.
both treasure and
I rolled a
perception.
nat 20 on that.
Oh, you rolled it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a nat 20.
That's,
Yeah.
That's where you get it. Okay.
Her nat 20 bonus was getting to still do something when she got down
Right.
there.
14?
Use your action to do that.
How many people are over by the painting if I have the
Just,
option
my
just
to look?
Taka.
Okay.
We'll get to you. I'm sorry. I told you to make the dex save, but Michael didn't get it.
I'm gonna make my way to the painting, but I'm not going to go. I'm not gonna get to the painting. I'm gonna grab a piece of treasure.
Okay.
Like I'm just gonna
grab
We're also.
in the direction
Yep.
of the painting.
We're
Prim.
so green.
Yes.
With a 14,
Yeah. It's not gonna.
you fail to save.
Yeah, I figured. I'd like to point out that I still only have 1 health, just so you know.
Okay.
You are down.
Just so you know.
Go down. Okay.
You are downstairs.
Yeah.
Assuming I make it, I can
But you are down. It doesn't matter how much damage you take.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna roll because
Yeah.
it's not all that much
Doesn't matter.
in the grand scheme of
It's not
things. But
80
you are
something,
down.
It's not 80 something.
Yeah, it's not 80 something.
Figuratively.
but you are down because it was at least 1.
Yeah.
Concussion.
So that is going. So that is
Just
going to
having
be
a
your
rough
turn,
time, man.
and that is going to shoot it on over to Roken. Roken, you are still upstairs.
I know.
Good
You
Dex.
must make a dex
Dex
save.
save. Yes, 21.
21, you
Ooh.
succeed. You may use your action to drop down.
I am down.
As you descend to the ladder,
I will free action pull out a good berry to help Prim on my next turn.
okay. You do get, yeah, okay, yeah.
Or since I was right next to the ladder, would I have been able to use just my movement or no?
So I got down to the ladder. And that
It was
kinda
the
like-
actual act of going down the
Okay.
ladder. Technically, there would be a climbing speed involved, so this is my being nice. So you're gonna land next to Prem. I'm not gonna say you're gonna land on top of her because it'd be mean. And that. So right now, a few of you, all of you are down here, and Taka is currently looking at the painting, and that is going to be Theo.
It's empty.
22. Dex.
22. That is going to succeed.
Hell yeah.
Do I see anything specific, or I'm just grabbing random? Because it's like when I looked around, did I see anything extra shiny?
Everything is shiny down here.
I'm grabbing another.
You do see a few chests though.
That's too
Takes
much
an
time.
entire chest.
No, there's no way. I'm just gonna grab another thing near me that's hopefully like an item that's not gold. Does that make sense? I'll even take components. Okay. And then I'll bonus action.
I'm not gonna roll
That's
right
fine.
now.
That's fine. Bonus
I'll let you
action.
pick from a fairly small pool of things,
Yeah.
basically.
Bonus action. I'll Misty Step to Taka.
Okay.
30 feet, I think. And then I'm just gonna.
You're the thing that's producing light in the room, so.
Sounds good. I'm gonna put my hand up against the painting. Does it go straight through?
No.
I try and use my action to open it up. No, I use my action to take the treasure. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Okay, I will be the end of my turn.
Actually, I think your bonus. No. You bonus action Misty Step, but technically taking the treasure would have been a bonus action, so you used an action on one of those two things.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's going to shoot it on over to Taka. Taka is going to remove the painting,
Okay.
and he is going to reach into a big hole and pull something, and the entire wall kind of folds open,
Okay. Okay.
and you find a secret passage. Now, I forgot to actually model secret passage in Foundry, so all you guys need to know is it is 30 feet long, 50 feet long, 10 feet wide, and it is going to be the hardest dex save if you are caught in it.
Okay. That's 50 feet long.
And it goes west.
And is there a door at the end?
Well, you see open air. Actually, you see stairs, and that's it.
Okay.
It's dim light.
And no sunlight.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like 3 in the morning.
Moonlight could be coming through.
Yes, that's why I'm saying it's dim light.
Okay, makes sense.
So you do. That's why you see the stairs, but it is. But yeah, it's just open air.
Okay.
There you go. And that is gonna shoot it on over. Well, he still has movement. Oh, he did. Well, he didn't try to move. So, but he is gonna make a dex save. And he's going to fail. So he will not be able to move because he used his action to open the door. He will not be able to move out from where he is until he uses his action to move the thing that's on him. That's going to shoot it on over to Leslie.
I'm gonna run over there and attempt to help Taka again. Oh, deck save
Dex
first.
save.
Oh!
Oh.
Is that a good O?
That's a 3.
You fail.
Yeah.
Taka took damage too, but he was at full health, so that doesn't really matter. You will take. Are you at 1?
I'm at 7.
You are at 7. Okay, well it was 1d6 damage, so you're still gonna be up.
Okay. See what it does.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
This
roll
could matter. This could
actually
matter.
really matters.
This could be a 6 or a 1. We'll see.
3.
Okay.
You still have
It's
the
not 1d6 plus anything.
Yeah,
it's
a
just
chance to
1d6.
live next time. So you can use your action to get back up.
Wait, oh yeah, can I use my action
You may
then?
use your action to move the piece of ceiling that's on you.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, make a strength check.
Oh god.
The strength checks to do so are higher in here as well, because you're going.
I don't think any of us are strength people.
No.
I got a 10. Damn.
I only have a +1 to.
That's
strength.
cool.
Plus 0.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's fine. It's
I'll
gonna be fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Just let the.
That is going to shoot it on over
Chill.
to Ruvok.
Walls are on fire. Everything's on fire.
Okay.
You have a few seconds to figure this out.
I'm going
You said it
to.
was,
So you said it's 50
you
foot
said it
long.
was a bonus.
50
Take
foot long, 10 foot wide.
If you're right next to it, yeah. Like if you don't look at it, maybe you're just like.
Just grabbing it as you run by. Okay.
Pretty much, that's about the only option. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You're all left.
So-
Like you
right
can
in this
scoop.
one.
There are
I'm just
literal
trying to-
piles of
I'm just
gold,
trying
so
to
you
plan
can like
out-
scoop up some gold as you go. And
Kind of my plan.
So it's 50 foot to the stairs, or the stairs are included in that 50 foot?
it's 50 feet to the stairs.
And then am I able to see potentially how
Do you
much
have dark
further?
vision?
Yes. Only 60 feet.
All you can see are stairs. It's only about a 7-foot ceiling, so you can't really
Okay,
see
so
anything.
but I see a taper. Just ascend.
Yeah,
Just gonna run.
you're gonna run.
I'm gonna a bonus action dash specifically so I can get double distance.
Can you action dash too and then just make it all the way?
I have. I
Baseline
can.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
movement,
Actions,
dash,
yes.
bonus action dash. So that's
Make
not
a dexterity
Run,
save
run, run, run. That's what I'm gonna
90
do.
to see if you can do any of that.
21.
That will succeed.
Nice.
And
Amazing.
congratulations, Ruvok. You have made it out of the dungeon.
Let's go.
That is going to shoot it on over. I'm going to leave you out of the shit.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah, unless you
too,
can.
unless you use it.
Just catch my breath.
Yeah, you made it, and you're currently at the top of the stairs,
True.
and you
If I
are
succeed.
looking at the city of the Notaku crumbling down. Not burning, crumbling.
So the city around the castle.
But
Okay.
you are outside of the city.
Alright.
That is going to shoot it on over
Wait,
to...
outside of the city?
Yeah.
Or
No,
out
you're
of
not.
the
It's,
castle?
it's around you. You're outside of the castle, and there's... Like, the earth is shaking, but you don't have to worry about anything happening.
Okay, so I'm not in imminent danger.
No.
Okay, so
You are not in imminent danger, but you're looking around you and watching the castle crumble in front of you, and watching the buildings around you crumbling as the earth shakes. That is going to shoot on over to Prim.
I'm down.
You are down.
Yeah.
That's it. Make a death save.
Natural 20. Come on.
Just do it.
I'm not
Just
gonna
to
look.
just for the
It's
Okay.
a 13.
Okay. You succeed. That is going to shoot it on over to Rogan.
Okay. So,
As an action,
I have to dex save again.
yes. Although you will be able to heal her without moving.
I know. Well, that's if I don't die. Oh, I'm going to die if I fail this.
I know. Wait, hold on a second. I know that you said you're leaving me out of the initiative. Is it too late for me to use my familiar to give people advantage?
Not on this turn.
On this turn, yes, but on next
turn, you may totally do that.
Okay. Can I do
So
a
on the
help
next
action
round
on the
of
next turn too?
Oh,
with my
that's
familiar?
big sad.
With your familiar.
That's
Well, like,
such big
familiar
sad.
does
What
it,
did you
and then
do?
I also because the familiar can't
Oh,
do
that's
it.
You-
so
it's what?
sad. That's.
Huh?
I'm gonna
It's
say
a
that
what?
if you tell your familiar to do
Oh,
it,
yeah,
it will do
robots.
it, but you are somewhere else.
Okay.
If you're controlling your familiar,
On the
your
off
familiar is
chance,
still the
yeah.
thing doing it.
Okay.
I got an 8.
You are
I
down.
won, so I die. Yeah, I go down.
I died.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty rough, but
I can't have. There's no way I can do the good berry on the way down, right?
no.
like he pulls out the good berry to try and feed it to
It's like,
Grim.
That's like a commercial, dude.
You know what? Make a dex save, and if you roll high enough,
That's what I was gonna
why not?
say, yeah.
Come on. It's a pretty high DC. I'm not gonna lie. To you.
I mean, yeah,
Come on.
that makes
It's like
sense.
16.
Even worse.
Oh.
Not a 1. But
Yeah,
even
like,
worse.
it's gonna be pretty high. Sorry.
It's a 5.
All right, that is going to put Rogan out of the mission. So Primrose and Rogan are just lying at the base of the ladder, moaning. That is going to shoot it on over to Theo at the top of initiative.
Dear God, if I fail, this is going to be an issue. $17.
Ooh.
Succeed.
Okay. Bonus action. I'm drinking a healing potion.
Okay.
That's 2d4, right?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. That.
7. Okay.
We'll survive one time at least.
I never told you how much damage it does in
Not
the cavern. But that is
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I told you that the
Well,
cavern is worse.
I'm referring to this room.
Yes,
this room.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go over to.
It's still in my hand. The berry is still in my hand.
It is still an action to force feed them. However, you don't have to like search for them.
I'll use my action to force feed Prim my last healing potion.
You may do so.
You heal 8.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I rolled a 4 and a 2.
You are now back up. But you need to make a strength. You
Strength.
need to like she's still covered in ceiling.
Okay, and then I'll move back to where I'm at. So I'll go 15 healer, and then 15 back to where I'm at.
That's perfectly adequate.
Okay.
All right. That's gonna shoot it on over to Taka. He is going to say something to the effect of, "Damn it." He is going to walk over to Rogan. He doesn't have any healing potions or good berries.
I'm holding one in my hand.
He's like crushed leg.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you do have it in your hand. Yeah, you were like,
I said I pulled it out.
yeah, he's gonna pull it and like stick it down your throat.
Awesome. 1 hit point.
Let's go.
Okay.
And he is going to, it's 50 feet long. That was his action. He's gonna overdash.
So he's there, right?
I think he's just gonna stay there, yeah. He's not gonna to risk it just yet.
Is he grabbing loot?
Oh, he never did his dex save, so he might not have been able to do that, I'm sorry.
Oh god.
That's okay. That's fair.
He succeeded.
Okay.
You're good. Alright.
Does he
I'm
have anything as
stressed.
a bonus action? You probably don't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, nah, he cares a little bit. He'll grab something to stick in his pocket, but
Okay.
he's grabbing more coins than anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
You see that he actually sticks one in his mouth.
Good luck coin.
Probably just like the taste. I don't know. He does not swallow it.
No, he gets
You
hit.
can see he's like
he gets
sucking on it.
Yeah. Okay.
choked.
Yeah. Gets hit with the ceiling and flies out.
Dies.
That's gonna shoot it over to Leslin.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to push the thing off of me. Okay.
That's right, there's still one, 2.
13.
That will succeed.
Okay.
You push it off of you.
We all have healing potions. Don't forget about them.
I have 2 really good healing potions.
I used my healing potion. So.
That is gonna be you've used your bonus action in your action.
So you can't
No, to use the healing.
Oh,
Oh no, I said I used it earlier, like
Oh,
as in, like
okay.
I don't have one.
We had 2.
Yeah,
We each had 2 healing
To
potions.
begin with, we had 2.
I think I used both of them to
Never
like
mind.
one to save someone else and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably.
So you're currently prone,
Okay, I'm gonna
so you still get half your movement.
get up and
Okay.
then move as close to or
Bonus
Yeah.
action takes.
No, I already had something. But yeah, okay. Head to
That-
the.
Okay, and you see it, and you just get slightly closer. That's
Okay.
going to shoot it on over to Ruvok. You may now determine who your familiar comes back and helps.
So who is either within 60 feet of me or crushed underneath something? Or actually
Theo
needs the help?
and Taka are the two people you can reach from where you are with your familiar.
Are they crushed underneath something?
No,
Who's closer to me?
Or the same distance.
they're the same distance away.
Okay, I'm gonna give Theo, or I'm gonna tell my familiar to hold its
Hold its action.
hold its
to help
action
Theo.
to help Theo. There we go. That's great.
All right, and that is going to shoot it on over to Prim.
What do I have to do? I gotta
You-
do a strength.
You need to do a
right?
strength check.
Yeah. Alright. Which dice is it?
And
15.
I will let you guys know there is a countdown happening.
15.
There is a certain point where you will no longer be able to escape.
That makes
Alright.
sense.
15.
15, you are able to push it off. Of
So
you.
then, am I able to
You are
then-
prone. And that was your action. You are now prone.
And then, okay, so then I'm prone. So I can't stand. I will use half my movement to stand up then?
Yes.
Yeah. So
You
I'll
still
do.
have 15 or whatever.
I'll do that.
I'm crushed.
You're crushed.
You probably need an action to help me, so probably
I
just
can't-
go. Probably just go.
I can't force feed you a potion.
Not as a bonus.
I will leave him, I guess. And move 15
Wait, can you
feet.
heal me as a bonus action?
I'm sure I can.
Do you have healing word?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
have healing word, which is a bonus action.
Yeah.
So I will do that.
All right, healing word.
Alright.
You can also not as a bonus action.
Alright, 3d4.
Oh, so you're upcasting
Wait.
it. Okay.
Yes. I think this is
Thank you.
the time to do
That's
it.
fair,
Yeah.
Especially if I get hit in the hallway. Well, how are you looking?
7, 8,
Oh, okay.
12.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And I will move 15 feet.
Okay. It's gonna put you next to Taka for all intents and purposes. That's gonna shoot it on over to Rogan.
Okay. I guess I will try to.
Strength check.
Well, 6.
You are unable to get the piece of ceiling off of you. And that is going to shoot it on over back to the
wait a
top
minute,
of
hang on.
initiative.
Well, no, that's my action.
Yeah, that was your action. Okay. You can hypothetically still bonus
I was
action.
gonna- well, okay, it's bonus action for treasure. Does that count as the chest?
You're lying now.
The chest right
No.
next to me. Okay.
No.
Had to ask.
Yeah, that's fair, but no. I understand that why you asked, and I respect it. The answer is no. That's going to shoot it back to top of initiative, so I believe everyone is free. Rubok is out, except for Roken.
Yeah.
But Roken does have hit points now.
Yeah.
Theo
So
has
that-
advantage.
We are now one round closer, and it's looking pretty rough. You think you only have a few seconds left before the whole thing is gone. And you're still waiting on all of the people. Theo, you're up.
Yeah, I feel inspired
Make a dex save.
by the animal familiar
Yeah.
helping me. 18.
You succeed.
I'm gonna set the animal down. Action dashing through the hallway.
Alright, you make it to the end successfully, and are now out of initiative. And now it's, of
We
course,
lost
very
the
dark
knife.
because
Put it on Roken because
I'm just going to make a light source in here.
Okay.
And I just made it like an infinite light source, so. Alright. And that is going to shoot it on over to Taka. Taka is going to move back to Roken. And make. Oh, he has to make a dex save. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
He's going to succeed, no problem.
Okay.
He got like an 18. And he is going to go and make a strength save. Strength check, sorry. And he is going to one-handed just like
Wow.
the piece of ceiling. You're like, that's it, you're actually pretty strong.
The adrenaline.
Yeah, it's like,
Chad.
what a guy.
He is then going to lift you up as if you're nothing.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Wait, hold on.
So
How?
you are no longer prone.
Cool, thank you.
And then he's gonna go basically
Back to where it was.
Back to where it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see he's gonna drag you just slightly closer.
Okay.
Man, it took his Wheaties this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah,
Jesus.
for real.
Yeah, I'll let you. You're like kind of surprised that he's because he's not a big guy.
475 pounds, one-handed.
Literally, he was like,
Actually ripped. Yeah.
that is going to shoot it on over to Leslie.
Okay, I'm gonna get as far as I can. Dex save, right?
I believe in you.
Okay.
Uh-huh. You can do this.
Jeez, 15?
That just that is the DC. That is
Okay. What was it?
15.
that is the DC to save. So you do save.
Okay. Can I, like, run out and dash as well?
You
Like,
may
as far as I
dash.
can.
However, you will end one square from the stairs where
That's
you
so
were saved.
tragic.
Oh my god, okay.
But you may do so. You will need to make an extra. You will need to make a save at the beginning of your next turn.
These two are on that.
But
That's
these two
okay.
will be able to help you
Yeah.
if not.
That's fine. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
So you are still in initiative. So I'm going to put your token like in the wall so that I can remember you're there. But for all intents and purposes, you are out of this room.
Okay.
That is going to shoot it over to Ruvok. Ruvok, your familiar, is still in this room.
That's
Who's
okay.
it going to help?
So
It can now pick anybody.
it can pick anybody now. Who is underneath something?
Okay.
No one.
No one is
Taka yeeted Roken out from
Who
the
is the farthest away?
Roken.
broken.
I will
Make it to
hold my action once again, or tell it to hold its action again to help Rogan.
cast it.
Okay.
So as long as I make it on the next turn.
That is going to shoot it on over.
Going through.
Rogan, you get advantage on this next turn. Or whatever.
On my next roll, right?
Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Help action,
It's a
whatever.
help action. So that is going to shoot it on over to.
Okay, that changes what I was going to do.
Okay.
I think.
If you dash,
It's just familiar.
you will be in the exact same.
Well, I was going to
no?
do something to give myself a help action.
It's
but
60
on another
feet, so
round.
if it's 50 plus the 10, you will, if you succeed this
prefer
save,
Well,
and
no, I'm
then
going to get
dash,
advantage on my deck save at the
Be
start
perfectly
of this. So
out.
my plan is still good.
Why is it
because you were
cost?
one,
Calvin.
you were
No,
one
that's
square
that
closer.
is good. Okay. Come on. I need it. My deck save's only +2.
Oh my god, 16.
You
It
save.
was like
If you dash, you
swirling.
will make it all.
Yeah, I'm doing
You're
it.
doing it. You're dashing all the way.
Bonus action take.
I can't like scoop some shit up
If there's
on
no
the way,
bonus action,
can
there's
I?
no reason not to.
All right.
Can I
And
not
that
scoop
is going
stuff?
to shoot it to Rogan.
He just.
Okay.
I can't catch.
So-
Can I
What?
not take treasure on the way?
No.
Okay.
So I am going to run over there, and as my bonus action, I'm going to take the haversack and I'm just going to scoop the gold as much as I can.
Well, step one, make a dex
That is
save.
true. He gave me advantage with the familiarity.
Yes, yep.
Oh, I don't think I make it. 12.
No.
That does not
No,
make
you
it.
don't.
Yeah. Worth a shot.
No.
So I go down. I use my action to.
You can do a strength check to.
Yes. What? Oh wait, but I take a d6 damage, right?
Oh yeah, you take a d6. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna use the mini. I'm gonna use the mini
There's
d6.
so much chaos going on right now.
You take 5 damage.
Okay.
Pretty sure you're still in here. Yeah, like you had like 8, I think.
She healed me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
so
You
we're
take
good.
5 damage, and you must now make a strength check.
I'm just
Just
thinking.
get talking to power clean, yeah.
Okay, 7.
Underneath those robes, he's got freaking 12
He's got guns, man.
Alright, Taka's in the telepathic bond. Is he gonna help me again?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to.
You do
And I'm also.
notice that you only have like
Yeah.
a few seconds to get out.
Yeah. But I'm laying on this pile of gold stuck anyway, right?
Yes,
Okay,
you are.
that is my bonus action to just scoop. But my action is going to be casting Unseen Servant, and it is going to hold its action to help Taka help me.
Okay. Nice. Fair enough.
That's actually kind of
Okay. And that is going to shoot it over back to the top of initiative. Theo.
I'm sprinting back down the hole. I assume I saw Leslie fall.
My strength check.
I'm gonna try and drag her out.
Oh, I didn't
She's
see.
fine.
She's at the door.
Sorry, I saw her stop at the end of the door. I'm gonna try and run down there and grab her. If I
Make a
can.
strength check.
Just to drag her.
Well, so I should say
Oh.
that was the last round. So
What? Okay.
make a dex save.
On my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, outside of the thing. For 16.
You successfully pull Leslin out.
Okay. Okay.
However,
And also,
Broken and Taka, as you see the rest of the city begin just completely caving in. Broken and Taka are nowhere to be seen.
No.
The tunnel collapses.
And the tunnel collapses.
What about the pocket dimension? Just scoot yourself in.
I can't crawl in there.
Damn.
I couldn't. Could I shell defense?
You're being buried by a ton of rock.
yeah, but you know,
So like you
it's
don't
a
put a shell
tutorial.
defense down actually.
I go into my shell all the way.
Yeah.
Bonus to AC. Another two,
Can you
right?
see anything when you're in your shell?
Yeah, I can see through the tiny hole.
So let's change the music. So you do shell defense.
What do you want to change to?
However, you're buried alive. So yeah,
No,
that's
not
not what we're
that
going
one.
for
Can
here.
you
Not that-
describe?
I'm trying. Hold on.
So
Can you describe what the castle is like? Like, is it
Is
just
it
a pile of rubble? Or
It
is
is.
like
It is a
flat?
pile of rubble, and then the whole.
Not that.
That's not it either.
Sorry. It's not. It's not
The
like in
whole-
okay.
It's dying. Let's get high.
Foundation. That's the word I'm. Sank like a foot.
Uh-huh.
So it is, for all intents and purposes, flat with the ground surrounding.
Yeah, even a little bit lower.
But we were in the.
Tunnels.
Basement?
Yeah.
Is that technically?
Well, yeah, but you
a
went
basement?
up.
I know,
Out
but that
of
was
there.
technically a basement, right?
Yeah, but the cavern does.
Yes.
Does collapse.
The cavern collapses. That's fine. I'm orienting myself for the building still.
Yep. And that's where we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back with Arbitrary 20 in the Pit of Sadness, no longer the Pit of Despair. As we react to what just happened. So you guys are now at the end of the tunnel, sans Taka and Roken. What do you do?
Yeah, we didn't really plan this.
Cry.
Ruvark's gonna do a head count. Notice that they're
you
missing.
see that you're 4. Yeah, total, including yourself.
What happened to him?
It collapsed the second I went down there. In front of me.
Well,
I'm still alive.
did you hear that?
through the telepathic bond.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
He's still alive. We're gonna go save him.
I don't think you'll be able to.
You get, check your Discord. You get
Okay.
something from. Well, I'm texting you because I
Yeah,
can't.
no, you're good.
You get something.
Oh, well, I'm just doing what.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. You don't really hear anything from Taka.
Sorry, I can't tell about to sneeze or what.
I just thought you were just that emotional.
No, I was.
You know
I-
what's in here?
no.
So shut the fuck up.
What do you see down there?
Rocks. Lots of rocks.
I mean, that's a big surprise.
There would be no light. So.
Dark vision.
Okay.
Well,
Pitch black.
what would be black vision or whatever, like where there's 0 light.
Dark vision is still 0 light. So I can see
Okay.
just rocks in front of me.
Yeah, you can see,
That's
you can
it.
see that there are rocks. You have however much air is between
I am
the
inside.
rock and your face that the shell covers.
The
I'm,
way Johnson-
in my shell. The air is getting thinner. This may be goodbye.
Does anyone have a way to get in there? I have literally nothing left.
Neither do I.
That fight took a lot out of me. I got much.
Okay, how to use...
I mean, so is the city collapsing around us?
It's already collapsed.
So everything's just
So for all intents and purposes, the area in and around him is only rock. Like you can't teleport in to like teleport him out.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like one of the first things he asked me was like, could someone dimension door in and then dimension door back out, or can he thunderstep or something like that?
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
And just looking around, there's like no one around us, right?
Yeah, and he has about a minute of air left.
We can just start trying to remove rubble, I guess.
You want to mold earth?
No.
No.
Well, how is it that we keep asking this question and no one prepares
Nobody's
it?
got Minecraft. I replay it.
I'm gonna produce a beam from my bag of beans.
Oh.
They don't,
Perhaps
They don't grow
this
here,
may do
doesn't it?
something.
they don't grow here.
Nothing can grow.
I'm not talking about growing.
Oh, jeez, are you gonna pop it?
No.
You're just gonna drop it.
So you're just gonna...
He's okay. Look at this. He either is going to die down there
It's not.
to suffocation, or he's going to die to
The
this.
blast isn't big enough.
I don't think it is.
There's
He's...
at least 45 feet between us.
Yeah. And there's
Not-
at
not-
least... I mean, he's at least, like, a ways down.
I was at the ladder still. Or about.
Yeah. No, I mean more of like there's a long way between, and you're like
No, I'm like,
probably
I'm
10
like
15
60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, like down too. Like I'm just
So-
trying to
Oh, yeah,
down.
there's stairs.
Stairs. Oh no.
I'm going to put the beam back.
Can I, like, is the rubble climbable? Does that make sense? Of the castle?
Like
So
the cave. Oh, like you could climb like
on top of the castle?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, so it's just like a,
However,
it's just like
it
a
would-
pile of rubble.
But it's like hard to climb, I assume.
Yeah. It would probably take you half the time he has left just to get to where he is.
Like above him.
Yeah, and you're probably still 20 feet.
Could I visualize that at least? Like knowing roughly where he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like how no one's even like trying to save that.
Okay, look, hold on.
We're
Hold
trying.
on.
We're
Hold
looking.
on. Hold on.
We're
I'm
looking.
gonna. This is the ultimate Hail Mary that I have.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
Okay.
What?
What?
I'm going.
Oh, you have divine intervention.
I do.
Yeah.
So I.
You gotta roll an 11.
I think you have to say your question first, I think.
What is divine intervention?
I
Oh, it's a cleric thing, isn't it?
can ask my deity to aid.
Could ask the god to do something.
It's, it's
Yeah.
like a really low chance to like just.
It's an 11% chance.
Look, man, I'm gonna ask him. Her.
I don't think we ever figured out who your god was.
It's Sylvanas. This
Right.
is who it is. Yeah, I already knew that. Anyway,
I never knew your god.
Sorry.
I was just like, yeah, you're a cleric. Like, I have other crap I gotta do.
Sylvanas. To give us a miracle, which would be, I don't know how to word this so this works.
I mean, the request could just be get both of us.
Yeah,
out
to
there.
untrap them.
Okay.
How do I roll for this? Is it just 2 percentiles
Yeah,
and
you
then?
just roll a d100,
Does
11 or lower.
Do you want the D100?
You could roll.
So that's it. If it's an 11 or lower, it works.
It's your level. It's your cleric.
Ah, okay.
I know you're crazy with all
At
the
level
spirits and
20
things,
it's
but we really need you to help us out here.
What?
You
Yeah,
can do it for like
That's-
7 days after.
yeah, but it's a
We
once
gotta do
per.
something.
It's a
We
once
gotta
per
get him out of
week.
there.
Gotcha.
No.
Grace here,
What's
God.
that do? I don't know what that does.
No, it
It has to be 11 or lower.
It's a fail.
99.
60s.
Oh,
Is it
that's a
99?
That's a
99.
It's 99.
The exact opposite.
You're gonna get a message from your god. She's gonna say something to the effect of.
Yeah, it wouldn't
I
have
also
mattered.
just realized
Not
something.
today.
I can hold my breath for an hour, so their time is extended.
Well,
But
not
the
for
time
Taka,
is-
it's not.
You're gonna
Yeah, Taka. I
Wish
mean,
we could get-
yeah, he's just a human. So yeah, he can't hold his breath. But he hasn't said anything. So
Here's what I'm
like,
gonna do.
even the telepathic bond.
I'm
You're in
gonna.
your head. I'll see you in 4 hours. And I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna use. Can I use telekinetic shove?
What's telekinetic shove?
Ray's dead. We have
I
10
can
days,
shove.
As long as you give me
Oh, it's a
everything
creature.
10
Never
years.
mind.
How long can you hold your breath?
An hour.
An hour.
Telekinetic shove is
But
just
yeah,
an
we
hour.
have the Ray's dead scroll. You guys made it out with that.
I haven't already.
I don't know if
As you guys are
Can I use the
discussing
cantrip?
this,
Magic hand? Mage
you
hand?
guys hear kind of like a thump
Okay.
coming from inside the castle somewhere.
Can I identify where it's coming from?
Yeah. Well, roll perception.
$25.
Nice.
You hear 2 thumps.
Okay.
You hear a thump coming from where the Great Hall where you guys was, and you hear a thump from about where Rogan is.
Great Hall was? Do I hear something? Or we'll get to that.
You feel 2 thumps. Like you can't really hear much, but after a few moments, you hear another much louder thump, and the whole ground seems to kind of shake for a second. After a few moments, you hear another one yet again, before bursting from the ground, you see a giant form cloaked in dust fly from underground, clutching a scared half-to-death Rogan.
You can't even see his face because you just see a turtle shell.
You just see a turtle shell as a giant form seems to blot out the entire night sky above you. As a huge tornado whips up around you and begins blowing all of your clothes, just like ripping them. You guys stumble, and as it lands in front of you, and as the dust settles in the starlight, you see the form of a giant dragon. Scales reflecting in the starlight, creating a resplendent kind of, it's just a resplendent image. Clutching Roken and slamming it on the ground. And after a few moments, it begins shrinking back down into the form of Taka.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What the heck?
Said, sorry about that. I got knocked out for a second there. My head's not as strong in this form.
And you said you were useless in fighting.
I am.
Well, you're not.
You
Not
guys
in
handled
that
that
form,
perfectly
anyway.
well on your own.
Ah!
I think that based on the situation, the fact that I wanted to keep my form a secret from everyone, including the ancient being that seemed to want to kill everybody, I figured that it was a better idea to actually sit and keep myself cloaked and talk to the queen and narrate. And actually, after all, I was more of an ideas man in this case. I actually was one of the ones who actually helped in this case. And, I was the one talking to the queen and I solved the puzzle box where you guys
You
were
almost
just getting
died.
hit by a friggin' paladin.
You got us out of there, and you saved me. As far as I'm concerned, you're good. Thank you.
Yeah, we do appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I still think you could have fought, but okay.
It wasn't needed.
I'm gonna run over to Roken and
It is his decision.
I,
it was
it
fair.
looks like I want to hug him, but I'm just gonna go in for like
You're gonna pat?
like a pat or like a nice firm handshake.
You will do it. You will crushingly break.
I will accept the hug.
I'm jumping in my group hug.
Romance.
I'm glad you made it. You kind of scared me there for a second.
I think you all could have done it too, but Taka's help was appreciated.
Well, at the end of the day, you prayed for a miracle and you got one, so I'm saying.
You've always been the miracle.
I didn't think you could hear that too.
I was still a part of the mental link the whole time.
Oh, that's awkward. I said some things that were repenting for sins, hoping, but well, okay.
We like to take some rest.
I don't know much about gods, but you're welcome.
Uh-huh.
If we can, we probably should get out of here just because this major.
The portal to the island still remains that way. I'll point wherever I set up the mansion.
I don't know the orientation at this point.
What happens if like the portal gets like covered or like?
I think I set it up in an alleyway, so they should have just crumbled around it. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess you will have to kind of search for it.
I can just make it visible again.
Yeah. You just have to
Once we
search
get
for it
in
and go
the
find
area.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think some rest would help.
Okay.
What do we do? We gotta get out of here. Just all this probably drew some attention, I bet.
Yes, let's rest first inside the invisible portal. And I think traveling at night may also help keep us hidden.
Traveling at night will also allow us to keep slightly cooler.
Can you turn into a dragon whenever?
Yes.
That would help with our travel if we could ride your back.
Ride my back.
Mm-hmm.
Ride
What like age dragon? Did
my
he
back.
like? Did he?
I have never been so affronted in my life.
Yeah, don't affront the man. Dragon.
You take that back. He is dead serious.
Oh, is he actually dead ass?
Dead serious.
Oh.
I'm just curious.
I am older than your race.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What? No.
Ancient. Yeah.
He is ancient.
No. One does not simply ride on a dragon's back unless the dragon offers.
Okay.
And I don't even know a dragon who would do that.
I mean,
Except for maybe Telendrin. And even then, that's just because he's a dick.
Oh.
So,
I can confirm he has been. Someone has ridden on his back before. He has been ridden.
well, he allowed it.
Yeah.
That was his choice.
No, I think she should.
And
take
as
it back.
one of the goals,
I
that
think you
his
should
whole
take
thing
it.
is yada yada save the world, yada yada. Whatever. That's his choice.
Can you also shapeshift into a dog?
A shapeshift into a human. A dog isn't much different. You just lean over and wag your tongue slightly more.
What color dragon is he?
Yeah, what is... Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't know much about dragons.
My favorite enemy is
Are we
dragons.
colorblind though?
So I know,
You guys don't... Well,
I know,
it's
I do know
metallic.
I do
Okay,
know things about
metallic.
dragons.
You do. You
Yeah.
you like mystically know things about
Yes, I
dragons.
mystically know.
Your
Knows it
spirit.
I assume he's ancient.
He's ancient.
Okay.
That's fairly obvious.
Yeah, because you just said that, but yeah.
He is
What color? Just out of curiosity.
well, he hasn't told you yet.
Well, I saw him though.
Yeah.
We all just saw him.
Well, he's not a gold, but he's not a copper. He's somewhere in the middle. He's a brass.
Brass dragon.
Which is the least powerful of the dragons.
Can I change
Okay,
music
we're
now?
not colorblind.
Can I change music from?
Yeah, we can be
Depressing.
slightly happy.
Dead.
Okay.
There's a cat in here, by the way, guys. Just keep
Ah.
Run in fear. Alright, we probably should get going. I know this fight kind of took a lot out of me, and I'm sure just looking around at the rest of us, we're
I'm fine.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
I think that you guys handled that beautifully.
I don't know about that, but
You said Telendrin sent you?
We did not. Yes, he did.
yeah.
Well, he made a decent choice, it seems. I probably could have done better, but you guys are good.
I mean, you said you didn't care about saving the world, so
I don't really. I find the whole notion of it rather disconcerting, at least Telendrin's version. So, I'm not one for meddling in the affairs of races. I'd rather just kind of do my own thing. Explore ancient civilizations, it's rather interesting. And that was a whole boatload of history of this place that I got to learn.
were you not around when this was a thing?
Well, had you ever seen a dragon before Telendrin?
There was a
No.
one that tried to kill us.
Yes,
just
yeah,
before.
just before.
About
We did
Right.
kill it, right?
grand total of 30 minutes before.
Yes.
Delaware.
You see,
Me, 8 seconds.
well, you see, when some certain things happened, and it happened rather slowly, but long story short, I am very old. I was not always on this planet, but I am very old. And so while I am very old, and I predate your race 100%, this planet itself is new to me. But all of you are fairly easy to see, fairly easy to understand. It's the ancient races that are, you have to search for it. If I wanted to go see how the elves worked, I'd just go over to the jungle and say hi. Whereas if I wanted to see how the ancient Notaku lived, I had to go find the ancient city of the Notaku, which was a much harder thing to do, because no one knew about it.
Yeah, it didn't exist for a while, so.
There you go. And it doesn't exist again, it seems. And he's gonna look around.
Yeah.
There's no spirits around anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So, when did you arrive here?
Well, it's kind of foggy, actually, but I assume around the same time Telendrin did. Maybe a few days later.
Why?
We all came around at once.
Why?
Well, that would be telling.
Yeah, that would be.
Yes, it would be. And so I'm not going to tell you, because mysteries are the spice of life. And I just solved one of them, and so did you. So now, you should seek to find more. And asking is just too boring.
So where do you plan to go from here?
I don't know. The Shroud of Mystery sounds fun, but now that you guys know my secret, I feel like it's not as fun.
That is
The
where
intrigue,
we're
the
headed.
mystery is the fun part, you know? I know where you're headed. I don't know, maybe I'll stick around here for a while. Maybe with a lair. Could be fun.
There's a lot of gold
There's a horde
downstairs,
down there.
yeah.
I could have a start to a horde.
That is true.
Yes. I'll let you keep the stuff you found. Take it as a gift from my horde.
Would you want your name to be spread, or do you want to remain a secret?
I'm not a gold. Feel free to keep it a secret. Feel free to tell
Okay.
people. I don't particularly care.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Is Taka actually your name?
No.
I figured.
Would that be too telling as well?
No, simply a nickname. My full name is Takano Theater.
I'm gonna need you to send that in the Discord later.
That's cool.
Okay.
I figured Taka is slightly easier for your guys' tongue.
A little bit.
Kind of ear.
Exactly.
Kathir.
Takano Theater.
Katan.
Taka is no
Takano.
fear. Thir.
I'm just gonna spell it how I want. No fear.
You
Oh,
can
what
say
did
it
that
right, it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter in
it's-
this
yeah,
case.
I like the way it's spelled. It looks good. It's
you go.
wrong.
Well, good luck traveling north. I'll probably stick around here. I'll also be able to check in and see if you actually did kill that king.
That is true.
Yeah.
I
Should
have a feeling
we-
he's not dead, but
Yeah,
Me
probably
neither.
not.
But maybe it'd be fun to have a conversation with him. I don't know. Right now he's only a head anyway, so I feel like if I just stab it on a pike and talk to it, maybe it'll talk back. We'll
That
see.
would be great. If you could keep him here, that would be amazing.
Well, no promises. After all, I just like seeing things happen. I like history. And for all, an ancient king who can't die and seems to be hell-bent on fighting a party of this nature, that's history right there.
Fair enough.
or we could keep it in history, and he remains in the past.
We'll see. And besides, if he really is dead, then you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, true.
Maybe we should give him a sending stone.
You did punt his head with a halberd.
That was all her. She
She did punt his... Well, I meant you as a collective.
I was cowering in fear.
Would you care to remain in communication with us?
I mean, would you rather?
I mean, we might as well.
Sure, I suppose... Well...
I mean, how else are you going to hear about all the history being made by us?
Tell him Jins can't shut up about it.
Well, it's better coming from us
Oh,
than
yada
it is
yada, I
him.
killed Uminor and yada yada, ugh, whatever. Oh, yada yada, I killed the black dragon. Yeah. Really, who hasn't killed the black dragon?
Have you killed the black dragon?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I like to insight check it.
Yeah.
Actually, say
I 100% believe it.
Yeah. Alright, I guess he'll roll.
8.
9.
You guys believe him. I mean, you're like, yeah, you know.
So where do you come from?
Where do I come from? Yeah. The planet of dragons.
Is that next to the apes?
No. No.
No. Okay.
Good job.
But some of us are lucky to be able to travel to different ones, like your friend of the tortoise here.
Yeah, he's a big turtle. I don't know why.
Well, tortoise, he's a landwalker.
No, he said he's a turtle.
I am a turtle.
Yeah, turtle.
Well, for all intents and
Ignore his
purposes,
accent.
it's the same thing.
Okay.
So, well, good luck on your journey.
Yeah.
Must rest.
Yes, go rest. And I'll be here.
Huh?
Probably digging.
Can you
Great.
wait like 8 hours to dig?
Why?
So we can sleep and then head out before you uncover some issues?
His digging will not bother us within the...
And besides, why would I wait for you?
It was just a humble request.
Well, I humbly say no.
What were you saying?
Besides, lairs are where I can do cool things like lair actions.
We greatly appreciate your help in.
If
All of this.
you leave a sending stone with me, you may use it to ask a request. And I can't say that I'll help, but at least I'll hear the request.
Who has the sending stones, by the way?
I don't know.
Which one of
Do
us
we
took
wanna
the
just
sending
defer
stones?
it to the bag of the
I assume-
I
haversack?
thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be there, so.
I mean, I assume they're in pairs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will hand him one and I will somehow mark it.
Yeah, you have like some that are in pairs and some that are just one end of it. And they're all marked previously, you know.
Okay, I will give one to Taka, to Conathir, and I will keep one knowing that it goes to him.
Well, good luck and don't die. You seem to get pretty close there, so.
As we
Several
leave,
times.
I'll take off one of the mushrooms in my hair and I'll hand it to him.
Well, if you ever, I don't know. Sometimes these are good. Sometimes they heal you. Sometimes, and sometimes they'll help you throughout the day. So if you ever want to use one,
Okay.
They're
It'll be a
magic.
valued addition to my hoard.
it's not gonna rot. So
Well then, there you go. Maybe I'll plant it and make a field of them. Or will that grow more of you?
no,
Okay, good.
Thank God.
that's rich coming from you. Considering,
I am rich now, so.
no.
Alright, so he's just gonna walk back to the castle and just
Start digging.
start digging.
Okay. In human form? Or dragon form?
I feel like it would go so much
Imagine
faster in
dragon
dragon form.
Nah,
I
this
don't know
man-
what he would do.
This
To
man's
be
got
honest with you, I'm like, how
a
do dragons
12-pack
dig
and
lairs?
freaking
Should
so
you just
many
be able
guns,
to do one of
dude.
these?
Because brass dragons are totally underground layers.
Just watching
Burrow?
freaking squat like a whole ass boulder.
I think he's gonna walk down into the cavern that you guys came out of and just start like punching it.
I told you he was yoked.
That's fair.
And he's just gonna like start just like punching rocks out of the way to get to the
Okay.
With his
the
hands?
area. Yeah,
I mean, like as a human?
his stats stay the same.
Okay.
That's fair.
Technically his strength stat doesn't actually, but I was like, yeah, it's more fun if it did.
They'll begin walking in the direction roughly of the...
Yep.
I'll
I'll
follow.
follow him along.
Yep.
And then once we get about there, I'll make it visible again. And
Yeah,
it's,
you find
it's
it
this
fairly
big
quickly.
portal. So
Yeah,
we
you should
should
find
be
it
able
fairly
to-
quickly.
Okay. We'll go in.
I'm gonna go get massaged by the crab.
Yeah.
Don't touch mine. They're special trained. For my liking.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't care.
She'll just take his bed.
Would I be able to
Snap my
do
fingers.
some? Well, once we're inside, would I be able
Bam.
to do some sort of check
Fuck around and find out.
the treasure that I nab
I assume we'll do that.
on what it
Let's do
looks
that.
like?
Just
Okay.
Just,
Well, then
yeah,
can
we'll
I
do
have
that as soon as we're done. I was gonna do it during break and I forgot.
Thematically or canonically, I'm going to do that, and then eventually I will figure it out.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll head over to Theo's tent.
Yeah.
Well, I do have one request before you go to sleep. Just in case we get in a situation like that again, and he'll hand you the scroll paper to do the cure wound scroll.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that
It should
tonight.
only take you about an hour.
I'm a slow rider, so maybe 2.
Yeah, you can do it while you're getting massaged.
Okay.
Am I just in this room listening to this?
No, I went to a different room.
Oh, okay.
You know they're tired of each other.
Oh, she's always tired of him. That's very
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah.
So I hope this was worth it.
I mean, we're all here, but you can't die on me.
Well, hopefully this will help me.
I hope so. Because I think, I don't know how long I would be here with you gone.
I appreciate how much you care.
Okay. Grabs.
They start like coming out like this. Doing these.
I spent like 2
And-
hours writing my song.
You're
And
old.
then I'll sleep.
Rogan, I don't know if I've even explained this yet. He goes into the jungle a little bit and he has like this small cave he sort of lives in with a dirt ground to it.
Yeah,
Like
you're
a
just
small
like-
little circular
Yep.
cave with a campfire.
Yep.
And this time he's actually going to turn the campfire into sort of a mound and he'll place the sword in it, blade up. He'll sit down and sort of meditate for the 3 hours and
I
return to it.
want this thing.
There you go.
When he goes to sleep, I want to sneak into his room. Okay, no, just that's not.
Okay,
That sounded a lot
yeah.
more creepy than it meant to
Roll.
sound.
That does sound good.
Roll sneak.
Snack.
Stealth.
Snack
Stealth.
one
Snack.
minute.
Stealth.
Roll
Hold
to
on.
snack.
Roll for snack.
Snack
Am I
one
able
minute.
to successfully complete that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just signed out of it. Pull out the phone.
It's cursed. we would have.
What's
We
cursed?
would not. I'm kidding. We would have found out.
There's always
The
a good
sword.
chance.
You haven't.
It could be marked. Could be branded.
Could be.
Remember how to wake someone up.
The AM sword. The AMG magic sword.
I think it's just she has to make a stealth check versus his
I
passive.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, because he's asleep, so it's the passive.
I think it's like with advantage because you're asleep.
Good luck. Do you have disadvantage because your armor or anything?
Oh, so it would be just one
Just a
roll.
straight
then.
roll.
So
Oh.
your
the
fir-
first
your
one.
first night.
Oh, okay. 21.
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Okay, so you successfully sneak into
I'm gonna
his room.
sneak in there. I'm gonna take a mushroom off my head. I'm gonna like do one of these.
Okay.
Like spores will just.
What are those spores gonna do? Is this for the group or is this just
No.
for you and I?
This is for me.
Okay.
And she'll like walk away and
She's just
go
tro-
into her own tent.
She's just trolling with you.
They don't like they're not colored of anything. Like they look like almost like pollen when they come down, and then they just end up kind of dissipating and going into the person.
As you walk out, you hear 2 little.
You can't tell him. He'll find out eventually.
Okay then.
That'll be it.
Alright. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you take your long rest?
Long rest.
You guys successfully complete your long rest.
Yay!
Hey.
And for the first time in like a month and a half, you guys are back up to full.
Oh
Hey.
my god.
I can finally use my Hexblade's curse again.
Oh, I have nothing.
So sad.
And I believe that that is a very good place to end. I think we're on like day 4 or 5.
4.
I think it was 4
It
when we
was
found the
4.
city, yeah.
So you are on day 5. And we will resume next time.